Hey everyone. Um, I'll be waiting for a little bit, but I have an exciting show. I don't know how much is going to be allowed to be played or whatever, but we will be taking a look at some of the G20 summit. We will be looking at some of the what I consider the real G20 in Toronto. That happened back in 2010. Yes, it is crazy. It will be crazy today. I'm actually pretty shocked rewatching some of this and seeing the violence that actually went on, not only towards the police, but to people that had cameras. Okay. Hey, press on, Hesperia, what's going on? Silent Motive Chick, Blue Isis, Lady Di. Not only towards the police, though, okay? There was violence towards people actually filming, okay? Like filming. So I'll put it on and we'll get this party started. And then we'll go over to the G20 summit where Putin and Trump talked. Hey, Tails, what's up? Tals, what's up, brother? Tals, you've joined a perfect program today. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to start this. I got a phone call to make quick, so.
Dude, they got gas. Fuck off! Out of here. We don't want your fucking evidence. No. They're actually attacking people. They're taking pictures. I'm trying to fucking commit crime here. Yeah, but the best of them should be covered up properly. Yeah, but some of us aren't, and that's unfair. What about it being fascist, attacking people that are looking for their own freedom of expression with the camera? The camera's not expression, it's part of the spectacle. Fuck off, everyone! Fuck off! Fuck off! The car might have gas in it, Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
So that was just a little that was the G20 summit. No, this is years ago, but you think if you think they're gonna do that just over that, they're not gonna pull up. What are they gonna do? Yeah, damn, eh? It gets crazy, man. It gets fucking crazy. I don't know if I could find another video here to just kind of give you. I don't want to show you guys. Something that's too long. But this will probably be. Well, Paul, this could happen at any time down in Toronto. This is not a every day they're complaining about something on the streets. If Tulls or DSS wants to come on, this is Canada, the home of the goofs. Hey, Otto, how's it going, brother? Thank you for stopping in, man. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when people do a peaceful protest, it should be left alone. If it's peaceful, it should be left alone. Here we go. I'll show you another one. And then we'll get on to the G20 summit and with Donald Trump and Putin. See where that goes. Let me get my other device here just in case. If you're going to come on, tell me in chat before you come on, because I won't be able to see the back room. How's it going, brother?
Good, good.
How was that? That was crazy, eh?
Oh, fuck.
I put G20 in, and then Trump came up. I was like, this isn't the real G20.
Oh, yeah. They'll have him on a couple of G20s. I believe it was the G20 that he was at, that he turned around and with the tariff stuff and said, we'll offer free trade properly, 0 tariffs. And the first thing Justin Trudeau did when he said 0 tariffs was he upped the tariffs and blamed Trump for it. The guy's a goof.
Yeah. So,
but the stuff you just showed was under Harper.
Yeah.
And that
That was 2010.
Yeah, and that Blair idiot there that's in charge of our pot now.
Yeah. Well, this is the police brutality of the G20 2010 summit. I love the music they have with it. This peaceful music.
Very well-earned and honorable reputation for policing democratic dissent appropriately.
What the fuck was that? So fucked up shit, man. So
That part with the black van grabbing people, then grabbing people and throwing them in the black van. That was after the G20 when they were letting the people out of the holding cells that they had downtown, and they were just re-grabbing them and kidnapping them.
yeah.
But they were also there was a lot more stuff that happened than what they're showing there. They were using tear gas, your little fake bullet shit and that don't hurt nobody, but people were bleeding and that from the gunshots. They had holes in them.
Yeah.
To me, it just shows all these idiots in Canada that go, our government would never harm the people. Your fucking government would turn on you as fast as they fucking want. They don't give a fuck about the people. They care about their paycheck. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And that was under your great leader, Stephen Harper, the man that can do no crime. My party's the best. They never do no crime, even though you see the fucking crime right live in front of you. Bunch of fucking sheep.
Hey. What's up, CFW?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys, this has been bothering me all night long. Did you see when I have a friend here, News Now, Fort Worth? Did you all see where his sister was hiding out at his house and the cops came and took the baby, the CPS people?
No, I didn't.
The video's still up. He filmed it, but there's some lessons to be learned out of this, big time, is that they tricked him into opening the door. As much as he's been in this community and watched all our videos, they tricked him into opening the door. They left no warrant paperwork. They left nothing. They ripped the baby out of that girl's arms on tape.
And this is under what? The police are under, what do you guys call it? Your children kidnapping service down there.
CPS.
CPS?
Yes, the CPS social worker was there.
They have different laws.
And see, we're having a problem right now, is that a lot of these auditors and a lot of these activists that have children really need to be careful, because when CPS comes and gets your kids, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do, and they're targeting our people.
I'm going to say that true. I see a pattern starting to form here. They're actually coming at us. Anything that they can use against the auditors and stuff like that, it's happening right now.
Let me tell you something. It's not them. It's the trolls that call in, because you get to report anonymously. And if enough of the trolls call in, then they can just go snatch your kids, and then they investigate. They grab first, and then they investigate. It's anonymous.
But they still know who calls in.
No, well, we know. You are allowed to call it anonymous, just like you're allowed to call Crime Stoppers anonymous here.
But your number and address and everything comes right up on their phone.
Okay.
They can say whatever they want, and they still know who's calling. Like the cops, you just can't.
Okay. Well, the people that have their kids snatched are not told, and it's in the court papers. It says anonymous. They don't reveal who it is.
They're not going to tell you who's ratting people out when they can do a criminal activity legal.
Exactly. But it's the trolls. So thanks, trolls. Appreciate you.
Well, it's also the willingness of the police officers to carry this shit out.
Well, they're just following orders. They're just following orders. They're following orders. That's all. I was just following orders.
Work. I mean, hey, listen, I just shot three police officers. I was following orders by God. Who the heck is going to sit there and block me from doing my job?
You go to jail if God tells you to do something.
You see, they're not God either. They're not following orders by God. If they're telling me they're following orders by God, well, I'll ask God when I meet him. But meanwhile...
Oh, yeah, but God's not a defense, but yet the DA will go to church and pray to God.
The only reason why they go to church is in order to select their next victim.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But guys, the whole point of this is don't open your door. These guys did not have a warrant. They did not have a search warrant. They had a snatching warrant from the social worker, but it was not signed by a judge. They left no paperwork. They tricked him into opening the door. I can't believe he opened the door. I did a whole video about not opening the door ever. You never open a door. If they want you bad enough, they will kick that door in. Don't open the door. Don't talk to them, please. He opened the door, and that was it. So, don't open the door.
Yeah, don't open the
They're
door.
not going to knock. If they really, really want you, they're not going to knock. They're just going to bash it in. They love bashing it in. So don't open the door to them.
Tim Strait said that was fucked up, wasn't it?
I'm going
Tim
to sign
Strait,
out
I
here. I'll
can't
talk to
see.
you guys later.
I can't. I was so mad. I kept screaming on the
Okay,
video.
Beware. Have a good one,
Don't open
brother.
the door. Don't open the door. Don't open the door. He opened the door. So, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, you make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes doing this. I always think of the good stuff to say later. So, don't open the door. If they wanted him that bad, or they would have knocked the door in, but they didn't have a warrant. They had no warrant. Oh my God, I'm so angry about that. So I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. And since we're talking about wonderful subjects today. So what else is going on, guys? I had to throw that in to tell people, please don't open the door.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, man. Like, you think these people would have a sense of when these people call and say, "Oh, they should look and say, hey, they're auditors. They're doing it for an agenda against the actual auditor." Like, I think it's pathetic.
It's pathetic. I mean, look at Otto, for instance. Otto held that sign and got arrested. 20 people held the sign and did not get arrested. What's up with that? I mean, come on. I don't get it. And you'd think that when they saw that and they let all those 20 people go, that they would have just said, oh, okay, Otto, we're going to drop your charges. No. You know? No. So, I don't get it. Oh. Trolls, you gotta love them though.
Yeah.
I don't know what their problem is. Why don't they just go start their own? Oh yeah, they do. I was gonna say, why don't they start their own little channel and do what they want to do on their channel? And I forgot they have one. It's called Discord. But then they come over and bother us. I don't see us going over to their little Discord channel, you know. But I see a lot of them over in our stuff, trying to stir the pot, you know, try to get us riled up, playing devil's advocate on purpose, just so they can steal your content, OG, and put it on their channel.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Oh, definitely.
I love that these guys, like in Discord, they talk with all this authority, but I happen to know that one of the main ones is a UPS delivery boy. And then another one's a deputy dog like Barney Fife. And another one is the therapist with a bald spot on the back of his head and tries to comb over and volunteers at the fucking PetSmart on Saturdays. So, you know, these are just regular people who have this air of authority, an air of like, I know everything. And the main one's a UPS worker. What the hell? He doesn't even have oh my God, the main one is a UPS worker. It's so crazy to me. And then the other one that steals the content, puts his nose in stuff all the time. Like, oh my God. And then he gets an authority figure. Oh, DDS. Oh, let's talk to DDS and talk shit. You know, DDS is a great person. Like, he knows a lot, right?
Yeah.
He works in a liquor store. So these guys, I think they're all like this and that. They don't even have like professional jobs. A UPS worker, a freaking retired grandma. He talks really funny and sweet like that all the time and thinks she's the best at report getting. And then we got Scarlett.
I heard about that Canadian Rights Media. They do that today?
Yeah. So did you hear Carolina Guardian's YouTube channel has been removed?
What the hell for? I don't know. Is mine still there? What did he get his removed for? Carolina guard. Oh no! I hope mine's still there. What they remove it for?
Canadian Rights Media, if you want to come on and give us a rundown or something.
I need to know because I don't want mine to be taken down. I mean, I gave up so much.
He doesn't
for my
know
channel.
why. He doesn't know.
Oh
why.
man, I gave up so much for my channel. I've lost jobs over this, family over this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If I don't have a platform. It's not going to be good. Maybe he just closed it down because he was getting a job or something.
How's it going, Black Label? I think it's hilarious, man. What?
I wish Black Label would come on. It's been a minute since I've seen him do anything.
Well, I kind of feel sorry for Nice there last night a little bit, but MCW, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I have to go. My job's calling.
Okay,
Bye.
talk to you later, Carolina.
Bye.
MCW, damn. How's it going?
Yeah.
You're still on, Carolina?
Oh, let me turn off. Hang on, Carl. Carl, let me call you right back. Let's see. Let me turn off. Hang on, Carl. Carl, let me call you right back.
What's up, FTP?
What up? We gotta fix our hair here in the camera.
FTP?
What up?
You have your YouTube open still?
We gotta fix our hair here.
Hey, Chris Powers, what's up? Sewer Dog, what's up, Pops?
I buzz cut my hair just so I don't have to do that.
Yeah. Just fucking shave it. That's what I do.
Yeah, wake up and go.
Shit.
Yeah.
In the camera. I gotta go back out here for a minute.
Yeah, that's cool, brother. I'll let you back. You're always welcome here.
I just gotta fix my name.
Yep.
I can't deal with that.
And the thing with that G20 stuff, there was supposed to be a meter inside the fence, not 5 miles around Toronto.
They fucked up a lot of why would they attack Starbucks?
They attacked all kinds of shops, and that was the Black Lock
Yeah.
supposedly doing that shit. But
Yeah.
if you looked at their boots, their knee pads, the ones that had boots on and their knee pads and that, they were all cop boots. Their knee pads had police written on it.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit. It was the cops that were doing all kinds of damage. If people watch the video, the one that Dan Dick did, he'll show them running right down the back alleyways and hiding when the shit started hitting the fan. And that's a typical cops.
Yeah.
When the shit hits the fan, they're the first people to run away. When the people have no weapons or anything, they're the first people to attack.
That's the only ones they're going after is the homeless.
Yeah, well, fuck, big time.
And I'd like to say that's not, you always want to say that's not true. That's not the reality we live in, but it is.
But it is. It always has been.
Yeah.
People just don't want to face reality.
No, they want to hide in their fucking mansions. That's not happening.
The accountability. Thanks for joining in.
Like, I don't believe in violence. I believe the last resort is violence.
You want to know what the resort of violence is? If you're going to go out and bully someone every day, then I'm sorry, but violence is going to come back on you because of the violence you're putting out there. If I leave my house every day and go bully people and make it my mission, then of course it's going to come back on me tenfold, right? Because what you put out is what you get back.
Yeah, I like to treat everybody the same way. I don't lie to people. I treat them all the same way.
Well, I wouldn't, I'm not going to mess you over for $20, and nor do I expect to get messed over for $20. And the problem is you see a lot of people that just go around willy-nilly screwing people over for big amounts of money, and then that creates a lot of drama. If they just had respect, never end up like that.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. See, that's when you get into court, they have a hard time convicting you when all you do is tell the truth or you don't say nothing. Then their job gets a lot harder because then they got to fight harder. But if you a shit talker, well, they'll convict you easy as fuck because the minute someone thinks you're even close to lying, you're convicted.
Yeah.
But if a lie never comes out of your mouth, well, what are you going to judge me on now? The lawyer?
They lie all the time.
So
they don't tell the truth.
Your lawyer can't lie unless you don't tell him,
I don't believe your lawyer works for you.
No.
They're representing you. He doesn't work for you.
Well, it's like Brian says. It takes 3 signatures to get you thrown in jail, right? And that could be in the States. I know in the States here, they'll just throw you in jail without a signature, but
Canada's law is a lot different.
Yeah. And you know what the sad thing is? It's learning that, right? Because if you talk about something in the States, it's totally different. We don't understand the laws. And basically, from what I thought, I didn't understand the laws in Canada until I started researching them and seeing, holy shit, you can't say half the shit that people are saying.
No, if you get the wrong cop, we're lucky. I'll admit that. We're lucky. We do have cops that still believe you have the right to freedom of speech. But we do have some of them that are complete assholes that if you say asshole, they want to fucking cuff you up, throw you down on the ground, kick you. They think they earn the respect by bullying. You don't earn respect like that. Fuck that. You're a goof. In my books, you're a goof. And goof to me ain't just somebody who rapes kids. To me, they're the lowest pieces of shit on the planet.
Yep.
I was in jail one time, and the guy, he's like, stop swearing when I was in jail. And I'm like, why do you want me to stop swearing? And we get outside the jail, and when he's releasing me, and I said, fuck, as I was walking out the door or something, and then he said, yeah, fuck that. And right after he got out the jail doors. And I said, okay, so it's this double standard shit. You can say it, but I can't say it. Or it's just when you're on duty, you don't want to say it. But when you get off of work or when you get outside the building, it's fine. So they really don't hold themselves up to the same standards. The minute they're off of work, they're doing the same shit that you or me or Joe Blow down the street is. But when you're in their jail, they want to act like, oh, you can't say that.
Well, they want authority.
Well, exactly.
They want you to kiss their ass. They want you to pretend you're a slave. They want to go back in time and play a little game with everybody.
It's a head games, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's
I only give people respect that earn the respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you don't earn it just by saying hi.
That's all I tell to anybody on here is about hi.
Yeah.
I wait till if someone goes out of their way to say hi to me or to come onto my channel or show some respect, then I notice that person a lot more than I notice the random hi, and that's it. That's the only comment you see.
Yeah.
YouTube's filled with a lot of just nonsense that I can just pass up every day.
I do.
That was yeah.
Boring.
Oh yeah.
I get bored quick. I'm a hyper guy, so
Yeah.
I get bored quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe everybody that pushes their rights and everything is pretty much just like me. They're very hyper. They got to do stuff.
Yep. You want to what? You guys want to watch that G20 summit with Putin and
Trump?
yeah. Let me see if I got it.
Mr. Trump? I believe every country on the planet needs a Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Somebody that at least cares about their country and not the fucking world. Fuck the world. We got our own problems. How can you fix the world if you can't fix your own fucking country? Why are they destroying parts of the world where the people fucking fix their country?
Eat his ass and squeeze his hand.
What's up?
Just hold a sec, brother. We're playing
You don't have a problem with Russia. We have. We still have. Hello, everybody.
Всех приветствую. Все понятно, все слышно?
Putin can't even look him in the eyes.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great honor to be with President Putin, his representatives, my representatives. We have many things to discuss, including trade and including some disarmament, some little protectionism, perhaps, in a very positive way. And we're going to discuss a lot of different things. We've had great meetings. We have a very, very good relationship. And we look forward to spending some very good time together. A lot of very positive things going to come out of the relationship. So, Vladimir, thank you very much. Thank you.
Я приветствую всех. Я приветствую также торговля, коммерция, вопросы разоружения, при хороших взаимоотношениях, которые будут между нами. Я думаю, что результаты этой встречи будут отличными.
Не могу не согласиться с господином президентом, нам есть еще поговорить.
Well, I cannot but agree with Mr. President. We have something to discuss here.
Все темы обозначены.
All the topics have been outlined.
Мы давно не виделись со времен встречи в Хельсинки.
We haven't seen each other since Helsinki meeting.
Правда, наши сотрудники работали, дали нам хорошую возможность продолжить то, о чем мы договорились. Спасибо за обеих сторон.
Thank you very much for both teams for that.
Спасибо за внимание.
Thank you very much. President, are the Ukrainian ships still an issue with the relationship?
The fuck was that, OG?
huh?
I think that was funny if you want the truth.
You know what he just said there? He's like, I'm not mad at you at the end. He's like, I'm not mad at you. He's like, he's trying to secure fucking
I think it's hilarious. Everybody in the last, what, 4, 5, 6 fucking presidents could talk to Russia, could do whatever they want with them, help them out, do whatever. Trump gets elected for the people. Oh, we can't do that. He's looking for people with crimes. Imagine all the fucking crimes that would come out if all the leaders would speak up the truth.
Yeah.
Your government would be closed down. My government would probably get closed down. They're all fucking crooks, man.
They won't let us do anything about the corruption. That's why they stay in power.
They let you do something every 4 years, but the crooks still get voted right back in.
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years you can vote these fuckers out, but there's too many left-wing nutbars out there that really think government should be helping them and kissing their ass and giving them all kinds of handouts. That's retarded. I do believe in handouts. I do believe some people do deserve the right to get a handout, but I don't believe the way the government is doing it is the right way of doing it. You don't bring other people from other countries and give them more than what you're giving the people that live there.
Yeah, the people that fall for us. Have you seen how they treat our vets? Like they target.
I look at it, if the people want to help the people that are hurting out there in the world, let them help them. But the government shouldn't be helping them. It should be up to the people. They want to take their extra pocket money and help out people that hate them so much and want to kill them. Go ahead. But the government shouldn't be flying them in and setting them up in hotels and everything and making sanctuary cities. That's all bullshit. That's just the way to get the debt up. That's the way to help the New World Order. Spend money. Spend, but don't spend it on the people. Spend it on fucking idiots that shouldn't be there.
Do you think there's one with Justin Trudeau?
Sometimes I like it, dude, just because they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but they're making more and more debt where all you're paying is just parts of the interest where we already paid the debt 4 or 5 times over.
Yes, I agree. They're just going to keep doing it to themselves, and that's what says they'll fall. And when they fall, we'll have our America back.
Yeah, but they'll never
get out of office and leave their offices because they're all crumbling.
Like the way they're doing it with our food and everything. All they're doing is taxing the shit out of the farmers, hurting the farmers and everything. And then we pay more and more prices at the fucking stores. And then at the same time, they're saying how evil it is to be a farmer. It's polluting the world. Like, fuck off, you sick people fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, we heard here in the Midwest as far as the farmers, because we know that's who we can steal their money.
Yeah, well, I look at it. We need the food and everything. They shouldn't be taxed the way they're taxed. Their land shouldn't be the way it should be. It should be back the way it should be, the way it used to be. Fuck off. Stop playing with our food and everything. Give us back the real food.
Well, let's let the farmers do what they do. That's all I'm saying. Like they're the ones taking care of our food.
Donald Trump announces U.S.-China trade truce. Oh wow!
Where are you off to, DSS?
Probably another 2-hour drive.
I think he
to where?
Taking her to a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
Hey, our Boyd, how's it going?
All right. You guys must be far away from a hospital.
Nah, all the local ones are all trashed and they're ran by neo-Nazis.
Oh, true. Mean people? We got some mean people that are in our healthcare system.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, I would travel as far as you need to go to get what you need to get looked at and not taken advantage of. I always said that the medical industry cameras on them.
This is the video that
They don't
Carolina
want
was
that.
talking about.
They don't want cameras in our hospitals. They don't want cameras in our rooms. Even in our own personal private room, if you whip out your phone and say, "Oh, I'm gonna record what you're saying," oh, you're violating HIPAA policy. It ain't HIPAA. HIPAA's behind y'all's counters, behind y'all's locked doors and shit, not in our own private rooms. Fuck them.
No, you should. If they're gonna come in there with the minute a social worker steps in the room, you should be recording.
Worse than
I
that,
don't care
a
how you do
rent-a-cop.
it. I don't care how you do it.
It was three rent-a-cops came in the room and said, "If you don't put your phone down, we're gonna have to arrest you for violating HIPAA policy." You can't arrest me for violating HIPAA.
They can do whatever you want. You got to go to court and get a lawyer and spend money.
Yeah.
They don't care about the laws. Everything is a money scam.
If anybody wants it on through their phone, it's been messing up lately, and I gotta send links. So if anybody needs the link, just text me and I'll send you the link through the phone so you can get on. I have the. What's up?
Tell everyone that has that problem to uninstall the update with YouTube. That's how you fix it.
Yeah, fuck DSS. See, after that video that come out yesterday, fuck DSS, your cause has only been furthered.
I ain't seen the video.
As they're
I
taking
have a video lined up right now. That's the CFW I was talking about. Yeah.
Play it. There
you go.
Hold on, I'm going live. Turn the lights on so nobody can see, so they can see. Okay, we are live. I got the sheriff's at the door knocking on the door. I'm afraid my dog's gonna get shot. Hey, nobody here is armed. We don't have any weapons. Please do not shoot me or my dog. Okay. Do you have a warrant? I'm an activist. You are live on YouTube right now. I got over 2,000 subscribers. Do you have a warrant? If you're knocking, I'm not letting you in. I know my rights. You cannot come in without a warrant. Well, I mean, if you're going to threaten violence, on me, then of course I will comply. If you have a warrant, then you can just come on in. But I'm not going to give you. I can't think right now. I'm not consenting to opening the door, and I'm not going to communicate anymore. I'm just letting you know. I'm already doing too much by talking to you. My lawyer has advised me not to talk to the police. All right, guys. I'm not going to say any more. I'm just letting everybody know what's going on. It's Fort Worth Police Department. Start making calls, guys, if you can help. Is the dog upstairs? Is the dog upstairs? Dakota? Shh. I don't want my dog getting shot or some stupid shit. Don't open the door. I'm not opening the door. I'm not consenting. This is a civil matter at the moment. Can I see it? Can I see it? Let's see the warrant. I want my subscribers to see it if they can actually they can see if it's real or not. It's signed by a judge. What's the judge's name? We know you know I'm here. Why are you still knocking? Where's the signature at? I didn't see it. At the bottom. Oh, see. So why didn't y'all just bust the door down? Okay, so you're gonna bust it down if I don't open it? No, I don't want the door. I saw the warrant. They got a warrant with a signature. They're gonna bust the door down if I do not open it. They're gonna bust the door down. Can I ask why y'all are doing this? I mean, it's just over a domestic issue. I mean, there's no violence or anything. If we show you that the baby's okay, will y'all go away?
We're gonna come in. You can watch this. We'll break it in. We'll break it every door that's open.
Okay, but you're not. If we're not open the door, y'all gonna retaliate against me in any way? Put me in handcuffs? Okay, well, I'm just making sure because I don't want any violence done to me and my family. Are y'all gonna take the baby? Are y'all taking the baby? Are y'all taking the baby?
No, please don't. I didn't do anything wrong.
Even though that they're not, she's out of that environment over there. She's no longer with that guy.
I told her I'd show her.
I mean, the baby. I mean, it's fed well. There's no bruises or anything on the baby. There's nothing wrong with the baby. I know. I saw that. I got to open the door. They're going to do damage to the house. There is a warrant. It is signed by the judge. I'm going to comply before I go to jail. I know. I agree.
Don't take my here. No, don't take her. Please, I'm a good mom. I didn't do anything
Hey,
wrong.
we can be civil about it. Hang on, okay?
Nobody is armed. No one has any weapons.
Continue recording.
Okay. Can we step out of the house?
It's cold out here.
Well, I'd rather not have police in my house.
The baby. And I'm here, grandmother.
Okay. Let us talk civilly. The caseworker's right here. Let no one walk.
No,
we're not.
The baby's taking well. The baby's gonna start crying. Hey, calm down, calm down, calm down. You don't want to go to jail.
Don't hurt the baby.
Hey,
Don't hurt the baby.
hey, calm down. Calm down. I'm not. No one's gonna hurt you, officer. No one's going. No one's gonna do anything.
They're taking her. Oh, don't hurt her. Don't hurt her. Don't hurt her.
You're making it worse, Sarah.
Do not hurt her.
Don't take my
Don't hurt her.
No one.
They won't let me touch her.
You're
not taking my baby. Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Ma'am,
You sons of bitches, I can't stop them.
Squeeze her.
Don't squeeze her. You said I can.
She's not resisting. She's not resisting. She's not resisting.
Call somebody.
There's people
Get out
watching.
of my house.
Mom, no,
You can't come in.
Mom,
Tell him you can't
Mom,
come
they
in.
will do violence to you. Please go upstairs. Your heart condition is not good. Get her up out of
They're
here.
taking our baby.
You do not want to go to jail.
Why are you doing? Stay out, you cunt. Okay. Why would you do
You're
this
making
to
it
my
worse.
baby? I want my glass for a blanket.
We're trying to get
Hold her a minute.
Don't hurt
Don't hurt her.
I would never hurt my child.
Don't.
I would never hurt my baby. I would never. I'm not squeezing her. I'm holding her. Listen to me. Just listen.
Okay.
What is wrong, you psychopath? Can you sit behind me? What is wrong?
Mom, I saw it. It's signed. It's a warrant.
What is wrong with you all? You're nuts. I'm the one that was abused. I got out of the bad relationship and situation, and my baby and I are
She's not doing anything. She doesn't. I'll get her out of there.
I passed every drug test. I complied with several things.
Dad wants you at. You have a heart condition and you don't need to be in the middle of
Because
this.
that bitch, I didn't need, she was supposed to call me.
You're talking. That's too much already. Get her out of here. You're talking. Don't talk to the police.
Why would you come get me? I don't have a car. I would have been there in a heartbeat. You betrayed me. Okay, I'm not doing this. No, because I was there. I was available.
Yes, they were going to I saw the warrant. It's signed.
Listen, you guys are
And if it's a bullshit signature, then we'll just have to deal with that after the fact.
I swear to God.
Okay. He said he wants y'all out of the house. If y'all taking the baby, then take. Let's get this over with. He don't want you in the. He don't want you in his house.
That's my daughter. She doesn't leave my house. She doesn't ever leave me. I've never been apart from her. I've never been apart from her. She's never even babysat. Please don't.
Listen.
I was the one who was
Time to explain your options.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Let her.
They're stealing the baby. CPS. They steal babies and they murder them. They murder them. That's what. We all know that the government sells the babies.
I ain't never let me kiss her. Please let me kiss my daughter. Please. I want my daughter. Hey, do you want to sign this? I want my baby.
Listen, Sarah.
Tell her what's going to happen.
She's trying to tell her.
I'm trying to calm her down.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
Whether you want to be him or not.
She has a heart condition.
I need to give this to you. Do you want to sign this notice of removal or not?
No idea what you're talking about. I don't know why you, what grounds are you using?
You have
the baby. I want y'all out of my house.
Domestic violence and concerns of substance use due to her being.
Yeah, because you don't have a warrant. You do not have a warrant to be in our house.
Okay, so no.
We do not consent to y'all being in our house.
So, okay, I'm gonna leave this, and I'm gonna say that you refuse to sign this.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What do I have to do to get my baby back?
You can go to court. You can go to court.
They don't want us in the home, so I'm trying to explain to you. So
You want to step out? Just step out, doctor.
The best thing for it is for it to be outside. I'm supposed to be out there too, though.
Yeah.
I got to be out here to keep this recording.
That's fine.
Listen, why are you doing this? This is a notice of removal. Listen, Sarah. Listen. Listen.
No.
Just
want to know you're all. She's never been away from me. She's never been babysat.
Okay. Sarah.
No, I've never been a part of it since she was
Look,
born.
this is a while your child is in care pamphlet. I need to give this to you, okay?
If
you
don't have to
Here's the lady that's kidnapping our child.
There is no grounds to take a child away from me. I'm in a healthy environment. I'm fed. My baby's gonna be happy. I'm away from the guy that was an asshole.
Please listen.
She's trying to tell you.
Okay, this is a notice of removal form.
This is not right.
I don't.
Y'all,
I don't drink. I take
Do
care of
you
my
want
baby
to
all
sign
day.
this or not? This is just acknowledging that we came here and that.
and kidnap the baby.
Which would benefit me that you kidnapped my child from my
Okay.
arms tonight?
All right.
Should I sign it or not, Kylie?
It doesn't.
Let me bend over and take it for you because I have done everything I can.
Okay.
And you, I don't even know you. I met you
We've
twice,
already had
and you
this
come and take my
discussion.
child from me.
All right.
I don't.
Do you even have children?
Listen, I'm gonna.
She doesn't even have children. She doesn't even have children. Y'all have children. I think y'all have children. This was this.
I need to kiss my child, please. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I just want to kiss her. And she has a favorite thing called Mr. Puppy.
The government loves to kill our dogs. They like to kill innocent people. By the way, on News Now Fort Worth, guys.
Please let me kiss my baby. She has to have Blakey and Mr. Puppy. And her bottles her every 6 hours, and she eats all table food, and she chews fine even though she doesn't have teeth yet. And she sits up on her own, but she's trying to crawl to make sure she gets her tummy time. She gets it an hour a day. So
You want her
Charlie,
to have her puppy or whatever you.
I want her to have her mom.
She wants you to have her mom.
I don't hurt.
Okay. Here is this paperwork. I will contact you tomorrow. What is the phone number?
Blue Lives Murder, right?
You've been texting the SI.
I
know
have a
that you
text
have a
now
phone.
number that is canceled. I don't have
As of when? Because you were just texting her this evening.
their burner numbers,
Okay,
and
give
I
me
don't
one.
know. Like
I can
I
write
don't have.
down-
All I have is a
Give
Wi-Fi.
me
If
your
I have
best-
Wi-Fi, I
What are y'all's badge numbers, by the way? Can I get your badge number?
You have my phone number.
Sir, can I get your badge number, please?
All right, let me write it.
And of course, he's talking. He probably ignore me.
70383.
Thank you.
What's your best phone number?
You're wrong. Kylie, you're so wrong for this. I did what was right for my baby.
He's a sergeant, also.
I did what was right. I got away from it, squalor, and an alcoholic, and you're punishing me for it.
The other day you told me that he wasn't violent or anything
I
like that.
told
so
you
why
that
would you
night
need to
he
get away
wasn't.
from
He was
him?
just drunk and acting
Hey, Sarah,
stupid.
I'm trying to help her get a hold of you. What's the best phone
And
number?
there's my phone number. There's my phone number.
Okay?
I need you to contact me on Monday so we can talk about visitation.
Visitation, how long is this going to take? I just want my kid back. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Well, that's not happening.
So how do
tonight.
you
So
take the
contact
child out of
me-
a mother's arms that is doing the
Contact
right
me
thing?
tomorrow. So
There's
that way
dope
I can,
fiends out here selling their body
Sarah,
for dope, and
Sarah,
I'm here not tucking my
Sarah,
daughter in.
I am trying to give you the information that you need. Okay?
I'm trying to make you
Contact
understand
me.
that you're an asshole.
Okay.
But okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. I needed to say that. I'm done now. But you're an asshole for what you're
How can
doing.
you sleep
You're
at
not
night?
doing the right thing.
How can y'all sleep at night? When y'all just saw someone rip the baby out of the mother's arms.
So that way
How do you sleep at night? I would like to know that. When you lay your head on your pillow.
All right.
And y'all wonder why police drop. Y'all wonder why police drop. You know that? This is why. Because y'all are kidnapping children.
I kiss my daughters? You can't be without me. Like I can't even do
Sarah,
the dishes
if
on
you
that
want
crying.
to give me anything, please bring it out so that way I can take it with the
I want to
baby.
give you something.
I don't know what.
Step out here. Step out here, man. Behind the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? I don't know what it means.
I don't know either. But I'm gonna give you something that means.
Oh, like I said, there are no weapons in our house. We don't have. So you ain't got to put your hand on your weapon or anything like that.
My hands on my handcuff case.
Oh, it's okay. You know how cops like to kill innocent people.
I don't know about that.
Well, it just happened here. I don't know the guy's name, but there was a cop that shot someone the lady in her home. I'm sure y'all know about that. It was a fourth officer.
Is she gonna bring something out?
I don't know. I'm my own person. I don't know what she's doing.
Is that your sister?
No, sister-in-law.
Oh.
Bringing more guns.
You've been here the whole time.
I'm just saying.
You've been here the whole time.
You
Huh?
haven't seen a single gun come out of any.
I see a gun there. I said more guns. I mean, y'all are the threat of violence. Y'all are.
Raising up the.
I mean, y'all shouldn't even be here. I mean, this is a civil issue.
Well, how about this? You just peek in there, ask if she's gonna make something out, or we're gonna leave. That's all I ask.
Sarah, are you coming back? What are you doing? She's getting her blanket. What else? What else are you getting?
I'm just getting her blanket and her puppy, I guess.
Because they're fixing to leave.
No, don't leave. I'm getting her blanket. It was in the dryer.
Okay. Hey.
It was blanket was in the dryer. Please don't
Oh
go.
shit! You okay?
Making sure you're bringing something back before we left. That's all. We're just making sure you can have it.
Oh, her blanket. I just walked up to her. Let me go get it out the dryer.
We all know they thought that was probably they were probably thinking it was a threat. They took that as a threat. You know they did. They always do. Their cops are cowards. Always fearing for their safety. Never about the citizens' safety. Does anybody know the guy in Fort Worth? What was his name? I mean, the lady that got killed, shot through the window. What was that? What was the cop's name that shot her?
Y'all can talk civilly.
Don't sign anything, Sarah. By the way, I'm just saying.
She's gonna talk civilly to you tomorrow on the phone. Call her.
CPS will not remove unless it feeds a baby in danger. Did y'all feel that the baby was in danger at all?
Yes.
Here? She got out of the environment. This is a totally different environment. Y'all didn't even know where we lived. So you are wrong, officer. You are incorrect. The mother demonstrated her ability to care for the child by naming off all the stuff the kid needed. Who cares about that? Cop shot a lady. It shows warrants and documents. Yeah, I didn't get to see the warrant, by the way. I mean, that was through the window. It was pretty blurry. I just saw a signature at the bottom. That could have been any one of y'all's signatures. Actually, this is related to me because she's my sister-in-law, and this is our house.
Tomorrow, or
Check the address on the warrant.
The address on that warrant's not going to match where she's at and where they took the child from. I know that for first off, because our warrant was issued days after the fact and had the wrong address on it to begin with.
What is your name? I didn't get your name, by the way. Your full name. You have a card? You don't have like an ID number or anything?
Sarah has it.
Okay.
Sarah also has
Well, I'm not talking to Sarah though.
Sarah has the paperwork.
It's probably a phony warrant. It's probably a trick. Yeah. I know they do that all the time. They got the BS signature on there. Ain't even a judge signature.
She made it like a bottle for me because I was upstairs.
No way to verify it because they didn't give us no paperwork.
But that's just what she takes. It has it's super bad. It works like a man. And call me tomorrow.
They have to give you that.
Purple. It can be the off-brand. It's okay. But it has to be the general stuff because it's.
Did we get the warrant? Did we get a copy of that warrant? Get a copy of the warrant, Sarah. Sarah, get a copy of the warrant.
I can get
She didn't give us a copy. Give her the paperwork. These are your liars because they didn't give us no paperwork. Go ahead and call their office and leave messages if you need to. Redress your government.
Bedtime is usually bad as it is. Bedtime is 30 minutes, and then it's a good right back to sleep. Call me tomorrow. I don't really
Calm down. The numbers on that paperwork she gave you. You took it in.
Did you get the case number?
No, I don't have anything.
On the paperwork.
Wait, did you get the paper? Did you get paperwork from her?
It's on there. I don't know what all they gave me though. I didn't go through it. They didn't go through anything with me.
All right, guys. Well, I recorded the interaction because it was most important for our safety. Sarah, I'm sorry, but I gotta go. I gotta get off of here, guys. If anybody knows what we should do or has any advice for us, we would really appreciate that. Thank you.
That
They
is
fucked up on so many levels.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, one, leave a copy of the warrant. Two, when asked to see the warrant, they're supposed to provide that before they do anything else. Secondly, the guy was doing the right thing when he said, "Where's the warrant? Let me see the warrant before I open the door." When they put it up that window, the very next thing that he should have said when he opened that door, "Hand me the warrant."
And they didn't hand the warrant.
Because I have a copy of a warrant signed by a judge, right? Signed by a judge who time travels. Swear to God, fucking time travels. The warrant was fucking filed before the judge ever signed it.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. See, and we should see a copy of yours, right? And then we should see a copy of this guy's that he's holding up to the window and where the judge signs at. Not that that's going to make a difference. I'm sure they have them laying around everywhere, but.
Oh, no. See, that's the thing. The judge never looks at it until he signs it. He doesn't fill it out. The CPS worker fills it out. And the CPS worker supervisor is a notary republic and will verify.
No. I'm back, DSS.
Frozen.
All right, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
But yeah, our CPS caseworker, her supervisor signed the warrant, and they took the children from the babysitter.
Okay, my two beagles.
The notary seal on it from a notary republic. I don't think I've seen that in the video. I didn't see a stamp from the notary republic, that sealed file. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Notary republic and stuff?
No.
Well, I mean, definitely
Okay,
somebody
when you
should
go-
come on. Like, I like to talk and chat. If you have, that's not how it works in Texas. Well, I want to know how it works in Texas. Texas just seems to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
They all do.
If you have an opinion in the chats, come on the panel, because we want to hear how it is in Texas. If you live in Texas, we want to hear from you. Obviously, they goaded him to open the door. We definitely didn't get a copy of any piece of paper, nor did she, from what I could see.
Hunter.
Which is just wrong.
This is from Tim Strait said.
I will check that out, Tim, but unfortunately for me, preventative measures won't work for my case, and it won't work in this woman's case, because they've already got their hands on the kids. Once they get their claws on the kids, they don't have hands, they have claws. They're not going to let go. If you do get the kids back, they're going to be so traumatized from what you just watched in that video that they're going to need years and years of therapy to fix it, and they still win because you have to take them to their therapist and they get paid for it. Every time they refer somebody to a service, they get more money in the budget the next year because they got to spend every dime in their budget this year to get more next year.
Do you want me to play it, Tim? You think it would be cool?
You see this right here? That is a stamp from the Notary Republic. It's kind of raised up off the paper.
Can't get on stream unless I have a wrench. What do you mean? You can get on stream.
Show that one more time, fuck DSS.
It's a little sideways, but there's a raised.
I'll play it, Tim.
Okay.
There's a raised stamp seal that's supposed to be on every official paperwork coming out of the court.
So initially, that's what you want to see through the window or in your hands is something that has a raised seal.
You won't be able to see the raised part, but you'll see that stamp that filed by the North Carolina, whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to be a stamp over top of the regular wording.
This is so cool.
It's fucked up. That shit was fucked up.
Oh no, fucking! I'm just talking about the little banner shit. Fucking
like this.
The guy scrolling at the bottom.
Oh, I love
right here,
the banner.
That's where it's filed and it's been stamped. Damn it! Right here. There it is.
I do another
Yep.
shit. It fucked up and stuff.
And it's got the date and.
Well, the problem is once they get a hold of your kids, I've seen people battle to get them out for 6 months.
I'll be back in a little while.
Yeah.
It's
Talk
very
to you in a bit, brother.
to get your kids back out of their grips, and they take all the money, the income that comes with the child. They usually only go after people's children that have checks already coming in. They know who they're messing with. They know the parents that they're messing with. It's a coordinated attack. But however, when I see, I tell them that they're doing a good job, right? They're keeping kids safe, right? It's not true. It's true if you're helping the kid. Yeah, go ahead, DSS.
I'm trying to block some of the personal information. You see where it says filed, and then where it says by below at Cleveland County?
Yep.
Notice how there's no signature?
No signature.
See the date on that is February the 13th.
February 13th, 2:40. Why is there no signature?
There's no signature. It's filed February the 13th, right?
Yeah.
This is the copy of the warrant that they had when they showed up to take my children. Notice there's no judge's signature.
Damn.
And that they filed this warrant on February the 13th, right?
Yep.
They showed up on February the 14th to serve it. How are you going to file a blank warrant with no judge's signature?
It was supposed to be signed the 13th. What the fuck? I think they got a little ahead of themselves. If there's nothing at the bottom piece of the paper, the notary, but you didn't even sign it in front of the notary. Damn, that notary should be fired.
I've got that judge admitting that he signs orders that he doesn't read. So this judge might as well go ahead and go home, tie a knot, and enjoy that knot because it's going to be the last thing he ever sees.
Yeah, get it done. Get it done. I hear you, DSS. I hear your frustration, too, because it sounds like a clear-cut case of there's no signature on that paperwork.
Yeah.
So it was the same. I thought I seen a signature at the bottom right corner of the paperwork in Texas. That video we just watched.
But see, the signature, it don't have to be the judge's signature. If it's not got that filed mark, that's where that's where it's supposed to be. The notary's supposed to sign that, or the judge or somebody. But if they don't have all their paperwork in order and they take that child, that is first-degree kidnapping.
You can't let them get your kids anymore. You need to be more properly prepared with your own kids. And I'm talking about federally, state, your house, your vehicles. You cannot go around people that don't have your best interests at heart. These people that came there, your family, your own family will mess you over. They will turn you in.
They will sell you over just to try to get custody of your kids and get a $2,000 a month check, plus food stamps and child support and everything else.
Yes, they know there's your grandparents, your parents' parents know that there's money in this. That's why they make the phone call in the first place and pick up the phone. So you need to be on the front lines when you come home, and you need to have your shit together, and that baby needs to be changed, and everything needs to be on camera.
I understand what you're trying to say there, but in this situation, it didn't look like that kid was in any
distress.
Yeah, you're definitely right that people that beat their kids and they mistreat them and they don't deserve them, and they should be taken away. But that's for people that do that for loving families and because they're fighting for a cause, and they're getting their fucking kids taken away. That didn't look like that kid was in distress at all. It looked like he was in more distress when they took him. Okay, so somebody just said in the comments, who is this? Shoot. So somebody, a smart person, okay, Mr. Razor, Mr. Raz or Harass says, if you're going to be in the game, you better, shit, hold on. No, it was a different comment. Uber rich people would have lawyers between them and the cops. And then this doesn't happen. If you have a lawyer on retainer, so after you have a kid, providing you're not on drugs and you're not doing shit to your kid, maybe we should start thinking about having a retainer on file. I tell that to everybody in criminal cases. You may think you're never going to get charged with anything. But if you even have an inkling that someone looked at you funny and said, oh, man, she yelled at her kids in a Walmart, you need to have a lawyer on retainer, someone that you know and trust. But just having them on retainer will back them the fuck off by 20 feet at least. I'm talking
because when they show up, you say, here's my lawyer's card. Call him. Don't speak to me no more.
Nothing more. No yelling through the windows. No, none of that shit. That doesn't go on. I mean, they tie their hands so fucking quick, and if they do get you in a cell and start browbeating you and shit and start using their little fucking wing-wang tactics at $18 an hour, fucking just jujitsu them right in the fucking balls with, you know who my lawyer's name is? You know who my lawyer is? Watch how fucking their mouths just drop. Oh, fuck, he said the lawyer word. And they fucking beat a path to the door. I ain't never seen nothing so quick in my life. You want to talk about fucking primo? I've never, like, they ate their fucking words and shit. I don't talk. Nah, we're not discussing this. And not with someone that only makes $18 an hour. You not it. You're not even on my level. You're not even on my scale. Get the fuck up out of this room. You don't talk to me unless you fucking some serious cash flows coming my fucking way. Fucking idiots. And DSS don't even get through the door. And if they do, they get told what's going to happen if they choose to touch a child. You touch my children.
Okay, so this is what my two beagles, from what they said from Texas. I live in Texas.
Okay, you live in Texas and you're a man.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm just going down because these were earlier comments.
Yeah,
they would have been given 2 warnings and what to do.
Who's they?
CPS or DSS
would have been given.
They would have given 2 warnings to the family and what to do to fix the situation.
Well, from that video, it looked like she did fix the situation if she left the guy.
She left the guy, and that was open fucking public record, and that kid was safe, and there ain't no
They always would have found a family member before taking the child.
Well, my two beagles, you tell that to my two children that spent 7 days in a stranger's home in foster care before our first court date that we was made aware of.
Yeah.
They don't care. If they did, they would find a family member before they showed up to take the kids. You're right. The law says they're supposed to look for other options before placing the children in foster care. What about all these social workers that take kids and then drive around with them for 4 or 5 hours in the backseat of the car because they have nowhere to take them to?
That's legit. That's legit.
Yes.
That's the legit fucking response there.
What if she got 2 warnings via mail, but the abuse's baby daddy kept those notices from her and she didn't know about them? And we can do all the hypotheticals. And we can go every which way. But let's just say it's very tyrannical of your government to come in and lay hands on someone else and then claim you're your own baby. When that comes out of their mouth, I think they should be laid down and put to rest. Okay? Because okay. Let's talk about the word kidnapping. That is a life charge in the state of South Dakota. You will do life. So if you kidnap, but how are you going to kidnap your own kid? Let's discuss that. That is not even possible that you, come on. Story prior. But there's what you're not seeing is she's staying at someone else's house and someone else opened the door and felt the need to and was scared about their property. Again, we see scared people all the time that are not flexing their rights properly. They go up to a certain point and you think they're properly doing it, and then they fall down on the one thing you can't do, which is unlock the door. Well, that lady ain't. Can I get more of your information? Can I get your phone number? Can I get your address? Can I dig into your background? Can I get all your bills? Can I see everything document that you have in your life that I can screw you with? That's all they're after. Can I take your blood? Can I take your urine? Can I take your sample? Can I take your kid, and will you sign this piece of paper that says that I'm okay to take your kid? That's what they do.
They actually have a portion of the paper on the thing that says that you will comply. When you sign it, it says, I will comply with all of their demands. Okay? Yeah. It's called a protection, a safety plan or something like that. If you refuse to sign it, you're a bad parent. But it's well within your right to not sign it. It says very clearly on that paper, you do not have to sign any agreement that they give you. But if you don't sign it, they'll go to court and slander your name and say, well, they refused to sign one on this day, they refused to sign one on this day, they refused to sign one on this day. And they're abusive parents because they wouldn't sign our yellow piece of paper.
And if you don't show up at every visit for a straight year or 2 straight years, they'll take that kid away. And
after a year, they start adopting them out.
A certain amount of time. You miss 2, 3, they'll be like, oh, he never showed up. I don't understand how. They automatically think CPS isn't trying to help. They think it's for money and such stupidity. It is for the money. It's not for the kid at all. They want them checks. And literally, they will give you back your kid and then not give you your checks back for the kid. Let's say it's a disabled kid. Let's just enter that one in. Your kid's disabled, gets checks because right from the get, it's got issues. Next thing you know, they stop the checks. They send them over to CPS. The checks are going to CPS. The CPS doesn't.
I'll be right back, guys. I got a phone call.
If it ain't about the money, I could be wise. DSS still getting child support payments from my mother, and I'm 24 years old. Where's my child support going?
Right. They fucking violent, and they won't let go of the money. They can't. They too much at stake because that's how they operate. Is your fucking money.
My mom was paying child support on 4 kids over the age of 18, and DSS ain't got but 2 of them. Out of her 7 kids, DSS only has 2, and she's still paying child support on the 4 oldest ones, who's been out of foster care for the last 4 years.
Right. They're already out of the system, and they're still taking their money. They're still taking their social security checks. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm 24 years old, FTP. I aged out of foster care a long time ago. Why are they still drawing money from my mama?
And why ain't it going to you?
And if it's my child support, why ain't I getting it? Oh, because I'm not a child? Then why do they need the money then?
They don't need the money no more. And they don't. Case overload, Mr.
Case overload is very real.
I just don't see how, if that money is to raise the child, how they're taking it within the first crucial year of its life, when all these kids, 1 in 6 kids have autism now. How are you going to deprive that child with the shit that he needs as he's ramming it into the wall, and you need to buy shit for that kid that is life-saving? You have to literally keep your kid on a leash. Not a fucking joke. Or bad shit happen.
If your child walks more than 5-10 feet away from you in a Walmart to go look at a toy about halfway down the aisle, and somebody sees that, they can be like, oh, they're not supervising their child properly. You damn near have to keep them on a leash.
We had to go all the way. A company out of Canada had to make a leash custom for one that's proper fit for the child, well adjustable. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of dollars for a fucking leash. A dog leash is $15. A kid harness, now that costs some money. And it is custom fit to the child and the size of the child. But see, when they shove you in cuffs, they're just shackles, cold, and they just hurt like a motherfucker, right? Because they just dig in, and they're not straps.
Oh, Richard's out and about again, guys. Fix the situation by doing what they say before it gets to this. But what they're saying is unconstitutional, my two beagles.
Fix the situation by doing what I tell you to do. Get yourself an attorney, lawyer up, and don't say nothing to nobody. And damn sure, get yourself your own place and lock your fucking door. For God's sakes, don't open your door to any law enforcement and any CPS agent. If you do what I tell you to do, you'll still have your kids at the end of the night. If you don't, they're going to come in and take them because you let them.
I'm with you, because that's what I did. The only reason they got any of my children is because they went to the babysitter's house and did it.
Yeah.
The babysitter was chicken shit and didn't know her rights. Do you want to be right, or do you want my kid?
How about
what, my two beagles?
Hold on.
I want my rights and I want my children.
I have all of my kids. All of my kids. So before someone said you don't know, or you haven't been through it, or you haven't experienced it, I would tell you, yes, I have. And I have all my kids. And I have a fucking pretty goddamn good attorney on my side that will eat them fuckers up and chew them up and send them out every fucking day. And they're qualified bullshit, and they're fucking, no, that shit stops. Legally, it stops. Because when you learn the legal jujitsu to do against them, they fucking hate it. And when you tell them things that really get their blood boiling, like, hey, I know about this over here. Maybe you should be looking at this, and you got some fucking missing fucking case over here. Maybe you should go check on that. Just something you need to be tending to. Did your daughter just go missing last month? I mean, what the fuck happened here? Next thing you know, they not looking at you no more. They got fucking hundreds of unsolved cases that they're not fucking doing. They not paying attention. They don't care. Your daughter goes missing, they don't care. So you need to make them care about everybody who's missing in America.
Matter of fact, while we're on the subject, how about CPS came and took a kid? This is what got me first started in YouTube. CPS came and took a kid, and then 5 years later, one of the parents had another kid. They came after a while and took the other kid, and the fucking 6-month-old died within a month of their care.
Yep.
Justify that. How's CPS going to take a kid and then kill the kid?
And the other kid's being abused.
The other kid, the 12-year-old went on the news months before this. They took the last child, and months before the last child died.
A balance. Why don't you come up here and set me straight? Set fuck DSS straight.
Because he won't set me straight, but that's all right. That's fine.
Ain't nobody gonna set nobody straight. He's gonna sit there and talk run his mouth, and he's gonna sit there and take it. Every little bit of what I want to say.
DDT, do you have fucking kids, man? Get the fuck up on this goddamn panel. Do you have a child? The fuck do you know about having a goddamn kid, man?
I ain't never heard no kids in the background of his channel. On his channel, I don't see none of his videos on nothing.
But yeah, I'm tired of these motherfuckers getting involved with it when they ain't got no kids. You were just as bad as the goddamn social workers that say they know what's best for the children when they don't have children their goddamn self.
We sitting here, you want to say some stuff, go say some stuff, but you want to hide, you want to get keyboard warrior, you want to make phone calls, and you want to record, I know what you are, bro. I know what you are. You're outed. I'm telling you, I know what you are. Come on up and get you some. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't say I can't. I don't want to cause the issue. Right here on. Let's hear you and how smart you sound. I know what it is and what it isn't, and I know what I say and what I don't say. Do I care what I can and can't say? Nope, I definitely don't. You not talking to that guy that's not going to set people right and go the right way and do the right thing and be morally right. So you can come on up here and try and be morally right. If you can't, I mean, you could just sit there in the audience then. You sit down. That's what you can do. Because these people don't need the misguided truths. They don't need to have their kids pulled. They don't need to keep going through it. Fuck DSS knows because he's been through it. I've watched it very closely. I've watched money get their people taking money from people's kids for a long time. I know what it is. Then put your kids on the computer right now. Put them on the computer. If you're not doing nothing wrong and you got nothing to hide, then put them on the computer. If you care and you're so loving, let's see them. Display them. Because you're such a proud father. You sitting on here talking bad about somebody else. Go ahead.
Wow. FDSS, you're absolutely right. They don't have children. They have no fucking clue what's going on in the world.
You just go to work all day, right? I mean, what is wrong with these people? You got no heart, no values, no principles, no positive attitude at all that you can muster up anywhere. Look at your name. Look at your name. Look at my name. Oh, here he is. All right, let's go. I'm listening.
You can't fucking wait, can you, fuck the police? I just got up. Just one moment. Let me mute. Hey, Peanut, come here, honey. Can you come here and sit? Come here for a sec. Do you want to see why this daughter isn't in fucking child protective custody? Come here, honey. This is my daughter. I'll parade out for you right now, you piece of shit. Come here. Sweetie, come here for a sec. Say hi. Before daddy loses his fucking shit. She's still with me, you piece of shit. Okay? Now, let me finish my fucking coffee for a second.
Thank you.
A lot of inappropriate words.
So now that
I
shut up, DSS, you fucking idiot. You two up here talking about and pushing this fucking crap down people's throats. You're not even discussing it like gentlemen. DSS, I have tried hard to stay away from you because I feel for your situation. But you sitting out in a car talking about all these. Listen, hold on, let me put my earbuds on. I'm so fucking upset from listening to you guys right now.
Would you like me to leave?
No, you're going to stay fucking here and take it. Hold on. I'm just not prepared. I'm actually supposed to be working in the background. Listen, guys. Listen. fuck, I had to stop what I was doing and coming over here and get on here because you start
Let's spit it
ripping
out
me off.
anytime.
But listen, fuck the police. You can't sit up here and start for. You can hold whatever opinion about the protection services, whatever state you're in. It's Children's Aid Society in Canada, Child Protective Services in the States. They have people have been frustrated with them for a long time. And anytime that you have a service like that, okay, that comes in and breaks up families for whatever reason, there's one superseding reason that trumps everything, and that's because like a cop has to come because he was called, type of thing, to investigate. Well, it's not no. Let's put money aside for a second. Okay, nobody wants to be involved in child protective services custody hearings or stuff like that where you're deemed to be fit or unfit, and anybody can call up CPS and anybody can file a report that they generally have to follow through in investigating. Okay, that's a standard. Now that's there for a reason. So do you understand that? Fuck the police. It's there for a reason, and people have a job to do. Or your take on it is that an institution like the Children's Aid are out for financial gain, and they're running around stealing fucking babies. Like what I saw yesterday was most disturbing.
Yes.
Like I was absolutely. It brought me to tears watching that poor girl. I had to shut it off at 9 minutes because I couldn't take it. It didn't matter why she was called. It didn't matter anything. The triggering moment for me was when I don't like to see, and nobody here likes to see, families be ripped apart. That's not what it is. When you sit around in a group and start hating on a people like DSS or anybody, it takes its own shape, and it's not fair to do this situation. It's not doing it any justice to sit up here and try to throw down, conspiracies. And I apologize. I just woke up, so I'm a little groggy.
Or talk about it, or have an open forum about it.
Well, yeah. On one, we have to do it with a rule. Fuck DSS, because how are we supposed to have a conversation when you're not speaking rationally and you're going on emotion?
Why do you think that I'm going on emotion?
Well, I sat here for an hour listening to you.
What am I speaking out of anger?
I would say yes, and you're speaking out of, well, in reaction. I don't know what your emotion is necessarily, but you're speaking out of reaction. I didn't. Why did you give a history? But it doesn't matter. Fuck the police.
You want a history?
Well, it's not really necessary.
You couldn't handle my history.
What do you mean?
You couldn't sit there long enough to listen to it either.
Well, hold on. So you have a personal grudge with Child Protective Services, right?
No, I have a personal. Do you know why Fuck DSS has his name?
Well, I know his Steve Wilkos episode, and I know the situation with the pedophile that he let in his house. I know the particulars, and I've been in the background, kind of trying to stay away from him because he's a little bit confused.
It's people like you that come in.
People like me.
They can't possibly leave anyone else alone. They have to make phone calls. They're mandatory reporters. And it's those kinds of people that are what get people to the front door. So it's good that
So you're saying people like me, by the material that I create, people watch that and get influenced enough to call CPS on somebody else to lay a blame. Are you a fucking moron? Are you for fucking real? Are you that fucking stupid that people watch wrestling and get influenced to do body slams off the fucking desk at school? Come on, you fucking moron. I've had about enough of your shit. You want to talk to me? You better pick up your game. Now, come on.
Hold on while I pick up my game.
All right. Dude, you're telling me that there's people like me that are that's what you're saying. People like me are influencing these people on YouTube to call flood. Do you know why you're so scared of that? It's because all you numbnuts sit in these rooms and call flood from the people who are like Eric Brandt, for instance. You're the people who carry out the call floods and redress of governments. I never pick up my phone to call anybody.
Oh, so then what is your purpose of being on these panels?
Well, right now you were talking about me.
Right
so
now,
I'm here
collecting information.
I'm not collecting information.
You're going to run and make a daily video because you have no content. This is your only content.
Excuse me?
This is as good as you're going to get. You're one trick pony.
Are you a fucking idiot? Fuck the police. Are you really that stupid? Are you really so stupid that you're going to insult me with blatant not even watching the videos? You haven't watched anything.
I don't even watch you. That's just it.
Then shut your fucking mouth. Keep my name out your mouth and let's go. Why are you up here on a fucking panel talking about CPS and other people's problems?
You could have stayed right where you at. You would have been fine.
You called me up, you fucking dolt. You called me out to join your fucking panel to try to call me out like the pussy you are.
This isn't my panel.
You're a fucking idiot. Do you realize how much of a fucking idiot you look like in front of the YouTube world? So keep telling me. Let's have a conversation about CPS. Why are you up here? And
you're under impression that I care, and I think
under impression that you care about what?
I don't think that you know me well enough yet. So I think we're gonna keep getting.
Oh, okay, but you know me well enough to fucking spout your hate at me without admittedly ever watching it. Is that what you talk?
What
the
bad
fuck
thing did I say about you? You're all about the drama. You're gonna keep coming back.
I'm all about the drama. Am I? Have you ever thought to just ask? Fuck the police. Have you ever thought to just ask why I made a video instead of assume, since you've never seen any of my videos? Did you ever think to ask why exactly I'm out doing what it is I do? Because I answer it all the time, you stupid piece of shit.
See who you're hanging out with in your rooms. That's it. If you
there's a lot of people in there, brother.
Pander to the lower. If you like the low-lying fruit, then go ahead.
So now you're talking about. I'm up here. I'm up here to try to straighten out or talk with you. I apologize for yelling. Now, can you carry on? What is your name? Fuck the police. Fuck DSS. Because you certainly had a lot to say a few minutes ago. Here I am. OG's been nice enough to let me on the panel to discuss this with you.
Okay, so I won't yell. You want me to get triggered?
No, I don't. Not at all. That's a terms of service violation.
Are you talking to me or FTP?
Well, DSS, we're two different series. I'll do you one at a time because I want to talk to fuck DSS on a different subject in a second. But right now, it's about CPS and this particular issue. Why do you think it up? Why are you up here reiterating to your audience, fuck the police, to that CPS do nothing but steal children? They're there for profit.
They are. They take people's checks. And they
you sat there and did a pretty low move by forcing me, and of course you didn't make me do anything. I chose to show my daughter. You're a fucking idiot. You're sitting up here and you're avoiding the truth.
They come up to me and do more than say what's going on down at the DSS and the drugs that they're doing as the workers.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that.
Down to the DSS office. Let's give them random tests and let's see how many of them, the workers themselves that come take your kids away. Let's look at how many of them are going to come up high.
Okay, now can I? That's actually not a bad idea for a lot of places.
Let's hold them accountable for once.
Now hold on then. Okay. Now let's get away from all the nonsense for a sec. So now where you are. How many different agencies does the state employ for this sort of thing? Is it just DSS? Are there an alternate? But it's usually just one agency that looks after that.
I would say one.
Just the one, DSS?
I'm seeing the DSS, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, it was cutting out.
How do you know an institution like such doesn't have something already instilled within their institution to see that out? just because you're upset at them and you want to get down there and listen, guys, let me level with you. I've had them called on me too, but out of like from an ex-wife and things like that. It's not because of anything I was doing. Fuck, that infuriated me when that happened. That enraged me. I was so pissed off because I put so much effort into trying to raise my child properly. And that was before I sorry about that. That was before or that's back when I was more easily triggered, but it can happen to everybody. What do you think yesterday? How do you think that went down? Did you think he handled that properly? Fuck DSS fuck the police?
No. He didn't handle it properly when he opened the door. They didn't handle it properly by not having a attorney on retainer. They didn't handle it properly. The minute you get these investigations started, they need to get shut down just as quick.
Well, see, that's a bit extreme there. Fuck the police.
No, it's not.
It is, but I do understand here. So what happened yesterday? I watched most of it. So what happened? So the CPS agent was there with the police, correct? Now, why? The only reason that they're there with the police is to see the child physically or take them away. What happened that we don't know? Like, what was this going on? They said it was a civil case going on. What happened in the civil case that the police were called to escort CPS there? Can you fill me into that, please?
Because they always do that.
Always show
they
up.
Always do that.
They're always behind CPS.
She said that they only met one other time.
They always come in, and usually they're always by 10 feet away, whether they're parked down a little ways or whatever. They come deep with their buddies. But what you can't stop is what's going to happen when you take someone's kids away, which you've seen in Texas, and you see them get picked off.
Well, I saw that, and that was tragic. I'll give you that. And do you know what? Your emotions at this point in time over that case are warranted because it was quite shocking to watch. Now we have to talk ourselves through back logically here and not jump to conclusions, or we get ourselves off target.
I don't jump to any conclusions. I just said what I know.
Well, I realize now.
Take drug tests down there, and that's a whole nother issue that maybe I could not go off on tangents.
Well, do you know what? It's not an issue. You said it's in the past. It's water under the bridge, okay? Now, this CPS case yesterday, what brought that about? Fuck the police. What was going on civilly that brought that about? What was in the background? I believe that he said.
You're talking about the show before when obviously someone called somebody.
No. So
got a phone call and was already warned.
News Now Fort Worth is his name, right?
He knew that they were going to be there.
Yeah. So here's what I was trying to explain.
So somebody called somebody.
Well, what was going on from what I gathered by watching the video is that there was an ongoing civil case in the background that had to do with her sister-in-law or somebody in the family trying to gain custody.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
But I've got bad signal and it's being really spotty. But the civil case with the DSS case in period, all DSS.
Well, I'm just going off what the gentleman said in his video. So there's an ongoing civil case, but if CPS was there to make that transition begin, I mean, the judge already granted whatever case. So do you think that particular moment was the time where well, it's obviously a traumatizing moment on everybody's part, but they knew that moment was coming. He had plenty of warning. He knew the cops were coming. CPS was coming. He was going to put it on video. That was too bad. He chose to do that. And I would hope that he wishes that he didn't. He didn't catch a crime going down. He didn't catch CPS coming in, taking his kids for profit. He was seeing them carry out an order from a judge, a lawful order.
I may agree with you on that one point of that he maybe shouldn't have recorded it.
But I can understand him wanting to record it because he thinks in his mind he is so paranoid that everybody is after him. And from his perspective at that point in time, that's true because you've got all these cops, CPS coming to destroy your world. What led up to that moment, and how can we get those children back should be the question.
Yes.
It terrifies me because children are the number one responsibility for us as adults in this world at the moment. And we do our best. We think we do. We think we try our best, but we need help. We need assistance. Sometimes we don't like the help, the assistance, and that draws people inwards to barricade themselves off from the rest of the world type of thing. And things happen over time. They didn't just swoop in and take that child. What does he have to do to get that child back?
And that is it. It took someone to open the door for them to overstep someone's boundaries. That's true too.
But Jesus, Murphy, so do I understand this right? That they weren't actually going to take the child. The person had just fallen down with a child in their arms and it was set off a bit of a domino effect? Or a chain reaction, like people just accidentally fell and slipped, lost their footings type of thing? In that front hallway, I mean?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Because it's just so easy to blow this all out of proportion and raise up this big ruckus. It's fine to discuss about your issues with the DSS or CPS, and that is your right, and that's everybody's right, and that's a constant conversation that's been going on for generations. Like my grandmother had 3 taken away from her, but she was on a native reservation, and it was different. There were, back then the Christian church was more involved, and they really wanted to push or really force Christian values on the native generations here. And that's kind of how I ended up where I was without being born yet, because my father was involved in that. So I guess you could say that I come from a long line of bastards, but I don't consider myself a bastard because I've had a wonderful upbringing by parents who loved me. And I plan on loving people well. But when you get a group of people around talking nonsense, essentially, and getting themselves whipped up into a frenzy over this, it can get blown out of proportion. And that's where people in the audience, they react to that, and that's where the negativity comes from.
Reacting and not accepting.
What was that again?
I think we're past that. We're past the talking point.
But past the talking point.
Now we're at the boiling point.
Well, you're not going to do anything about DSS. Fuck the police. You're not going to do anything about that. You have to work with it.
How many people have you seen do something about DSS? How many times do you have to see the bloodshed on the street to see that people do it every day?
Do what? What do you mean? Like retaliate?
Yeah. You don't see it?
I would imagine people go fucking off their rockers after they take their kids away.
Every time. There's not a better time to explain what's going on and talk about it.
It's not.
Let's
talk
not
about
push
it.
it down inside.
Talk about it. Fuck the police. You can talk about it all you want till you're blue in the face about it, but you're turning it into you're blaming DSS for these situations, which is not completely false, but not completely true. And that's the argument. It's neither here nor there. Did they have an involvement? Were they the tipping point? That's why they're there.
Could I be fake? I'm saying facts. I'm saying what I know they do. They want to come to my house and ask me what I know. I know what they do. It's facts. I'll prove it, and I'll case quote.
What do they do? What do they do?
On a case-by-case basis.
Well, tell me what they do. Educate me.
What is it for me to tell someone like you so that you can just go spread the propaganda and pretend you're a news agency? What makes you the news? What makes what you're saying so great?
Well, I don't consider myself to be the news number one. I'm engaged in a conversation with you about this right now. I thought it was going somewhere, but in case it's not.
How many cases has the DFS taken a child, put it in a foster family, and that child end up dead because of them putting it with a foster family that were no good?
Oh, that happens probably all the time. Or I don't want to say all the time. I don't have quite numbers on you, but that's a problem. There's all kinds of problems that go on. Now,
National statistics: 98% of all children going into DFS custody has lost their children due to DFS misappropriating those children, and those children ended up dead, raped, and murdered.
That's a viable issue. That is a real issue that we, the people, just brought up. That has more sound logic behind it than what you're saying. Fuck the police. Okay, now that's a problem. Now you can
Nobody even wants your opinion. That's the problem. I mean,
hey, fuck the police. You wanted me up here. Excuse me. We're conversing, you fucking idiot. Do you know how to converse with a problem?
If I wanted to converse with you, I'd converse with you. I really don't see the need, because I don't see what's coming out of your mouth at all. I don't even get your point. When you talk, it's almost like might as well just be nails on a chalkboard, because it makes.
Well, I wish you would have told me that in the beginning. That way I could have just told you to fuck off, shut your mouth, and prepare for what's coming, you piece of shit. And you deserve every malintent that you get coming at you. You are a little fucking juvenile pig that knows nothing about what it is he's talking about. He cowers away from a fucking conversation. At the end of the conversation, are you mentally sound yourself? Are you sure you're not on the spectrum somewhere? You have to be. You have to be on the spectrum.
What are we talking about here?
The autism spectrum.
What?
He's trying to 51
Are you fucking stupid?
Don't fall for it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? How many times have you used that line on someone in your room?
This is my first time right now there, buddy.
No, don't lie. Don't lie. How many people have you said that to? Because
are you asking me for real? You're infuriating to talk to. You're a fucking moron. Where's your points? Where's your points in case here? Come on, fuck.
Have you ever told anybody else? Have you ever asked anybody else, are you on the spectrum?
No. You ask my point. You answer my question right now.
You already said it. And you just said it.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
You don't even believe what you're saying. You're just talking it out there. You actually don't know any facts, period. You don't have any. You're going to build a case on nothing. And I've seen you do it like I've seen a lot of other people do it. This isn't my first rodeo.
Uh-huh.
You notice how DDT...
And by the way, the DFS does make a profit each and every single year taking a child. For every child they take, they're giving grant money by the federal government.
Right when you're on the stream. You think that's just by chance? Or you think he's just following his little leader?
No, I have my own voice. I'd like to chime in anytime.
You take it away, King of Streams, because this guy's getting out of hand here.
Yeah.
Maybe you can wrap it back up before I fucking get triggered.
These guys.
Terms of service issue.
Well, go ahead, do it.
No, I don't want to get OG's fucking show taken down. That would suck.
No, that's what you do. You enjoy it.
That's what I do. I enjoy it. So now you're telling me what I do, what I enjoy. Why don't you shut the fuck up, you piece of shit?
Why don't you make me?
I will.
Enjoy. Now have a nice day.
Oh, I will. I'm not going anywhere. Go ahead. Go ahead, King of Streams.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here's my take on it.
Wipe that stupid fucking looking smile off your face.
I don't have any kids, but so I could lean either way. I could lean.
Serious. Why so serious?
I'm not. I'm laughing in the back.
I could lean for CPS or against CPS. The stats that I see is that.
Why don't you show your face, DDT?
Because I'm tired right now. 5%.
Dark in your house too, isn't it?
Tired.
Is this what you do? Is wait. DDT shows his face all the time.
I didn't see nothing. I don't talk to people with no face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you see how easy it is to have a conversation with him at this point?
Yeah. You see where the...
So, okay, these parents that are crying about their children getting taken away, it reminds me of like the criminals that, they're innocent. I'm innocent.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to own up that they did something bad.
Say that side of it. I know.
No, I'm not a cop, but okay, so there could be a small percentage, maybe 1 to 5% of cases where they do actually take a kid unwarranted. What about the other 95% of the cases? Have you guys? You just want to hate the government. You don't look at the good out of it.
For a fact, it's only 5%, DDT.
I'm making logical guesstimates, but
we don't need to be that sharp on numbers, DSS. This is for the sake of conversation.
The numbers are way higher than that.
You just need to spread.
What about the when CPS goes in and finds the kids living in shit conditions, locked in closets, or just crazy shit? It's out there. There's cases of it. One guy locked his kid in cages.
Hey, here's what I think about terms and services.
1.5%.
To get this out there. Terms and services agreement. That's what I think about terms, services, agreement. Anybody? Okay. Just putting that out there.
Now,
We're cutting out. Say that again about terms, services, and agreements.
hey, I got the statistic. I got the statistic. By the way, y'all want numbers? Listen, y'all want numbers? Hold on, let me get my YouTube out of here. I got your statistics. 53% are guaranteed to be properly put into foster homes. I looked it all up last night. Look at my live stream from last night. You'll hear numbers that are appalling. And that's put out by the government. So it's on the low end of what they're saying. Okay.
Well, kids get treated like crap when they go into the system.
I could give you the numbers. I looked
These
at all
children
up
have
last
problems
night.
because they get taken away from their parents, get put into total houses with total fucking strangers, and we wonder why the children are having such problems and issues psychologically and physically.
Let's grab an issue that you wanted to talk about on that dang video. Go back, look at the video, watch them put that warrant up to the window. There is no signature on that warrant. That warrant was null and void. They had no right to be in that house, period.
So, hey, Tammy Linlin, now that you're here, what was your take on the situation last night?
I'm talking about it.
I saw how upset you were right now. Yes, but excuse me, fuck the police. Can you just mute yourself out while I talk to Tammy Lynn for a sec, please?
Why do you want to talk?
Like, why is it that you feel the need to overtalk everybody as soon as they start speaking? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I just don't like hearing your voice. That's all.
Now, my situation and my take was, like I said, look at the video. When they put that warrant up to the window, it was caught on camera. No signatures on the warrant. The warrant was null and void without a signature. So they falsely went into that house with saying they had a search warrant that was a good warrant. That's one. Two, that cop, that female blonde pig, grabbed her, threw her on the ground as she was trying to hand her child off to another lady standing there to get her child out of harm's way. That fat ass pig threw her on the ground, and that other male cop jumped on her and freaking held her down. And then if you watch that video, that cop snatched that kid from her arms, did not take it from her, did not ask her for it. She snatched that kid out of that woman's arms. You can see that plain as day on that video. And if you watch the video, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
News now, Tammy. That paper was actually rubber stamped. There was no signature. It was rubber stamped.
I hate to tell you, you might want to also listen to my stream and see what the cop had to say about it.
Oh, I watched the video 4 or 5 times.
You didn't watch my stream when I talked to the cop personally on my stream.
It
The
was
lieutenant.
sickening. It was
The cop-
sickening.
Oops.
The
I
cop
talked
did-
to the lieutenant personally on my stream. She
When-
called me up.
Share the link, Tammy Lynn, can you? Was that last
I
night?
can't. I'm not a mod. So I can't.
Greetings, okay.
Just
Hey.
go to my channel. I know you know where my channel is.
Yeah, I was
Been on
watching
my
you last
channel
night with
before.
Lou. I was watching it last night, but I didn't notice the police.
Yeah.
He's right. I was watching it too last night. He asked for a warrant. They put something in the window. Then he started saying, we'll kick it in. All they kept saying was, I said something yesterday. I don't know if it was on here though. And I said, he caved in because his first video he talked about, ain't nobody coming in the house, blah, blah, blah. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't trying to be a dick, but, watch what you say. And then when he came on the live, he kept saying you're not coming in or something like that. Like you were talking about, exactly spot on. He said, let me see the warrant. They put something in the window, but I didn't see shit in the window. And then he kept saying, he goes, they were making threats about kicking the door in. So they were doing the verbal judo on him. Well, he caved in. So, well, they're going to kick my door in. So he opens a damn door to him. Now, this is going to sound rude, guys,
hold on.
but
You're missing a very valid point there. The other valid point is, as soon as he opened the door, he said, "You are not welcome in my house."
But they still came in.
That
They
still
opened the
does
door.
not give them the right to force their way into the house without a warrant, a legal binding warrant.
I understand that. But if you watch the video, he sat there and said, they're going to kick my door in. I've got to, he kept saying they're going to kick my door in. So he opened the door because he didn't want his door kicked in because he thought they had a warrant. He fell for it.
Yep.
Now, if there was let's be honest, guys, if there was a warrant for a situation like that, if there was something really bad happening with that kid in the house, do you think they're going to sit there and tell you we're going to kick the door in for 5-10 minutes? They're going to come in. If they got a real warrant, they're going to come in. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then at the end, even on the chat, you watch the chat, you'll see me in there going, ask for the fucking warrant or shut the fuck up or something like that, because all they kept doing was talking. Nobody got a fucking warrant or paperwork at the end. Nothing.
And
they were supposed to be served. They were supposed to have been served. I bet you anything that they were trying to wait it out, either to open the door, and they got a fax machine in the car. So they could have got the warrant, but they didn't have a fucking warrant. But he opened the door.
Here's another thing. They asked for a copy of that warrant. They're supposed to present a copy of that warrant as soon as they ask for it. They would not give them a copy of the warrant until today.
Well, they said it was supposed to be for her. So she did ask for the warrant, but they didn't give her no paperwork.
Yep, they gave her none. They said they would give it to her in the morning.
It's a gift from me to you.
So the translation is they knew they didn't have signatures on the warrant. They needed to go take the warrant to a judge and have it
They didn't
signed
have
after
shit.
they did the fact.
They didn't have shit. That's the whole point. They didn't have shit. They intimidated him. He opened the damn door. If he would open the door, it got different strings.
The point is, he did say after he opened the door, "You are not welcome in my house." That still does that tells them without a legal warrant, they cannot come in that house. Okay.
I still
That's
want to
what
open
he
the fucking
said.
door. He should never open the fucking door. in the first place.
Well, I agree with that, but
Only
still,
the
yet the
homeowners
legal
can open the
precedent
door.
is this. The legal precedent is this. Even if he opened the door without a legal warrant, they cannot step across the threshold unless he invites them in. And that is law.
Said otherwise.
I think all they had was what they call a phony warrant. That's all they were holding, just like they do with has anybody ever noticed at times when we've done these, they've done this to me too before. They go in, they serve me the paper real quick and get ready to arrest or do something. It's nothing but a piece of fucking paper.
Yep.
It's folded up.
Yep.
Blank piece of paper.
It is folded up. You're right. It's a folded up piece of crap paper.
That's
It's
why I
got
said,
a little bit of writing on it that you can see that makes it look like it's something.
he should have just kept the fucking door, made him kick rocks, or bring a real fucking warrant to him.
Yep. And also, the reason why I say go listen to the answer of the cop when I asked her these questions, she would not confirm or deny that that it was a fake warrant when I asked her. She would not confirm or deny that she was going to arrest her fellow officers for anything. She just kept telling me go talk to go fucking talk to their internal affairs, which I'm going to make that call soon.
I want all the names and badge numbers, so I'll be making a call.
Well, I'm going to get off this, guys. Cheers, all.
Do you know still to this day that we have not gotten a warrant for them to remove our children signed by a judge that we have asked for?
All right. The lieutenant of that raid was Lieutenant Yabber. The sergeant of that raid was Sergeant Wright, WRIGHT.
That's
so
fact.
There you go.
That's some facts. Thank you.
Yep.
Tammy Lynn, thank you for sharing those numbers. I cut out earlier because my signal's fucking up. Thank you for sharing the numbers. Not many people have noticed, because my name is Fuck DSS, that I'm a former foster care child. I've been fighting this fight for 10 years, but I just now brought it to YouTube in the last year or so. I didn't know to record them a year ago. I know now.
Yep.
And I'm not going to let no one else
let's
know
also, I'm going to bring in another fact. That same DHS worker, look her up. Her name's Janice something or another. I forget now. But she has had the DHS sued not once but twice under false taking of children, just like that one.
So this isn't her first rodeo. She's done this before.
Yes, 2 times before, and got sued for it. Got them sued for it.
What was the premise of them actually taking the baby to begin with? What was the premise?
Due to safety of the child. When she left the dangerous situation, and that's why she was in the house she was at, was leaving the dangerous situation that they supposedly said the child was under.
Well, there was no safety issues once the child was removed from that dangerous point. So again, they have to come up with a new theory that there's no longer in danger. Period.
But that's what they were claiming. And they claimed it many times. It's due to the child's safety, due to the child's safety. And she was in that house to get away from the bad influence of the child, and that's why she was there.
So she was taking the proper procedures and taking her child. So she was doing the grown-up thing and being the adult and taking the child out of harm's way. But yet they want to take the child because of her being grown up about everything. Really?
Yes.
How interesting.
Their ass and giving them what they want, and they still took the kid anyway because that's what they do. That's all they know how to do.
Yep. So there you go. I mean,
that shit's fucked up.
Now, and let's also look at other incidences, and I'm going to bring up something I personally fought the fight for their A balance.
Hey, Blue.
I don't talk shit. I fought the fight for Native American rights and their children in the early 80s.
Yeah, I know.
There was a fight. There was literally a gun battle that took place between natives and the United States government that opened the government's eyes. People got shot and died on both sides. Shot, killed, died on both sides. Okay? It was a very, very dark time for the government and the Native American people. Okay? They had to go to war to keep their kids from being stolen off of the reservations as late as the early 80s. Actually, the last child known to be stolen off of reservation was in 89.
And they're not allowed to do that anymore. And if you claim Native American ancestry and you can't prove it, they'll still kill your kids. They'll take your kids anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that I have no Native American blood in me because they can't find any records of me. Well, you know what? I've been my family's been off the reservation for 5 or 6 generations, but I still have over a quarter of blood.
See, the reason why I want this brought to light
Does
because I
anybody
do
know
not
what-
want to see.
Well,
I do not want to see
Team is?
people having to go to war to keep their children.
Here's
I don't
the
want
thing.
to see
Here's
that
what a lot of
bloodshed.
people don't realize, because I'm Native American Indian myself. I'm 99.9% proven. Here's the fact that a lot of people don't realize. If you even claim that you're Native American, DFS loses all custody and control of that child. The U.S. government can no longer handle that case. It has to go in front of a tribunal on a reservation.
You
They
are correct.
hold that child at all. That child has to be taken
Mister, I agree.
to
Mr.
a reservation.
Get with me after this. Get with me after this, y'all, because I want to talk to y'all about I've tried to prove my heritage, and I can't do that. I can't afford Ancestry.com right now to trace down my damn blood ties.
By the way,
my grandma was over 75% Native American.
by the way, we the people, I was on the Native American Council with my uncle and my uncle's grandfather for President George Bush Sr., who got that passed, by the way.
DSS, that's real simple. Get a hold of me. I think you got my name and number, don't you?
I'm just going to say free Leonard Peltier. That's all I'm going to say. How about that?
That was a bad deal there, too.
Yes.
Then that's a different story altogether.
I know. I just switched it.
But yes, it's a very, very another big valid point.
Since we're on that subject.
Hey, FTP,
yeah.
Give my contact information to DSS and have him call me, because I can tell him simply how to do it. It's like 3 steps. 3 simple steps.
LJP, I don't have no problems with you. The facts are this. The facts are this. Watch the video. You'll find out. The fact was she was at the house getting the child away from a bad situation. They used a fake fucking warrant to get in the house. Then they slammed her to the ground. Let's just take, we're there for the child's safety. They take and slam the woman to the ground with the child in her arms. That fat blonde pig.
Oh, I heard that, Blue Eye.
Then the man, while she still has the baby in her arm, jumps on top of her to prevent her from handing the child off again to someone standing there to get the child out of harm's way. There's some facts there. What facts do you need? We're there we're there to help people. That ain't speculation. The video ain't gonna lie. That was live streamed. They ain't spliced it. They ain't diced it. They ain't done nothing. That was straight up a live stream I watched. Okay, so there ain't no, that video ain't gonna lie.
Well, what was the conversation with the Lieutenant Tammy Linlin?
I kept asking questions. She answered a couple very small questions, and then once she realized I had her on YouTube, she started just stating, talk to their internal affairs. She said it so many times because I kept asking her questions that I told her she needs to get it put on a recording. It would save her voice more.
So she kind of passed off your questions to internal affairs and whatnot.
Yep.
So do you remember what he had mentioned about the situation or the circumstances surrounding the situation and what led up to it? Like the civil case? Do you remember hearing about that civil case? I was just scrolling through in the background.
A little bit. Not much. I just going by what I saw last night and what the cops did wrong. I don't care. I don't care about the civil case leading up to it. When she's left the situation that they were trying to say the child was in danger in, she left the situation to get away from it. They were in the wrong. Period. Okay. The civil case has nothing to do with what happened last night. For the simple fact,
the civil case is what happened last night, Sammy.
They said it was for the child's safety, and she had left the problem. That's why she was in the house.
DPS is civil.
But yeah, the DSS cases are all civil cases unless they press criminal charges. So every DSS case is a civil case.
Yes, yes, you're right. So I'm going by what I saw last night and what I seen done wrong last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I get that. Yeah. So was it? Do you know if it's like the state against them personally, or is it two parties? Is it another party trying to take guardianship or guardianship over that child?
Honestly, I'm not exactly sure about that. Again, like I said, I'm going by what I saw done wrong last night.
Oh, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen on YouTube, man. Like,
and I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just introducing my opinion, my facts. Okay, numbers on Google. You can Google all your numbers. I put out numbers on my live stream that are appalling, just disgusting numbers. Okay, about what DSF does and how they place them in places that. Did you know 60.1% of foster children have been raped or molested?
oh yeah, that's
and murdered.
And abuse is rampant. Like, there's a lot of problems, Tammy Lin. It's shocking. My question to you then is, well, the reason why I keep asking about this civil case in the background, not just the DSS situation, but it's this, if it's the state versus these people, Tammy Lin, and they've perpetuated it, well, then you have a lot more basis and meat behind these statistics. If it was, say, like a custody battle in the background between somebody and somebody else within the family, it might be treated a little bit differently, and that's probably important information right now.
Here's what I'll do for you, A Balance. I'll do my best to research it.
Yeah, well, I'd be interested to know that right now too, now that I got myself all worked up, but I'm gonna have to wait for a few hours, of course.
I ain't going to be able to get it right now.
No.
I'm sorry.
But I think that's a good place to search.
Hey, News Now, Tammy Lynn.
Where's
Hey,
that
Balance, DSS.
Hi, OG.
Hey, OG.
What happened, Tammy Lin, afterwards then? So where does it sit now? What's going on right this moment, as far as you know?
As far as I know, they stole the child out of the woman's arms, took the child, and I need to go make a grievance against the freaking police with their internal affairs, because I have my personal grievances with a phone call prior to me going live stream that you all don't even know about, where they were trying to demand me and tell me what to do. Okay. And things like that. They were going to tell me this is how it's going to go and this is how it's going to be. And if anybody knows me, you don't demand me to do shit. I'll go off on you like a space shuttle. And I did. Jen Key had to come back here and say, you need to really calm down, people.
Well, the one thing that you have going, the situation has going for it is attention. And they have the attention of the community. It's just whether or not, it doesn't get blown out of proportion. I mean, it sounds like it's on the right track. So
it needs to be on the right track, because honestly, I do not want to see, I do not want to hear, I do not want to go through anything like what I did when I was on the Native American Council with the president there.
I think it would be a common. There's one generalization, Tammy Lin, you could probably make amongst everybody on this planet. Of course, there's always exceptions, but the one generalization is that we never want to see a family broken up.
I don't also want to see it come to the point, because so many families have been broken up, that it comes down to the point where people are going to fight.
And to fuck the police, that was my exception. That was my exception, and what got me all worked up, just so you know, is that when I hear people accusing me of wanting to take people's channels down, wanting to silence or censor people, or wanting families broken up or people in jail, I take right exception to that. That's the one thing that gets to my bones, because it's the exact opposite. And at the end of the day,
No, I'll tell you, and I've said it in my live stream, Balance. The only thing I have a problem with you with when you do your stuff, and I'll say it to you right now while we're on the panel.
I heard
and
you
hope-
last night on your stream last night when I was
Okay.
trying to fall asleep.
Okay.
I was watching
So,
you and Lou.
I've seen you take bits and pieces and narrate your own narration in there, and
Well,
it
yeah.
ain't what that wasn't what the whole conversation was.
Well, yeah,
about.
no, Tammy Leland, sometimes things get misconstrued because on YouTube, sometimes it's how channels communicate with one another. And in the past, when you don't know exactly what you're going to do with a channel and you take it one video at a time, well, sometimes when you look back after a while and you look at it and it's like, well, we're kind of friends now. I've taken things down, but sometimes you use these little stories and bits as personal motivation to try to influence other people. And with other people looking in, Tammy Linlin, it seems like you're maybe picking on them. But at the ends of it, it's not that I want anybody to be. I don't want any harm to come of this. I want there to actually be legitimate good to come out of whatever the fuck it is we're all sitting around here bullshitting about all the time instead of just wasting our times. And so controversy and drama does get stirred up. I don't have any malintent or anything. Some things I just do out of not because not for no reason, but out of protection for myself, out of what happens in the background.
I feel underappreciated.
And that's all. So
done a video on me. What the fuck?
Well, you stream too much, Tammy Linlin. But anyway, the problem is, if this is the state versus these people, and the state have just come in to take this child, you guys have a lot more basis to your argument here, and I think it's important. And it's nobody wants to see a family be broken up, and that's all I'd like to say about that.
I don't. Go ahead.
But that's not an excuse. I'm not trying to walk out of everything. I mean, that's kind of a goal. What do they need to do at this point to get those children back? Like, what is the stipulation?
Well, that's what I'm looking into some information on.
Well, you have to look. You have to play their game. You're not in a situation where you're just going to be able to impose your will.
That's the problem.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm
playing games when she was on the phone, getting her kid ripped out of her arms. That's not a game we play.
Well, here's what I am looking into. I know a lawyer that we worked with the Native American state. A lawyer that fought very hard for the Native Americans to get Native American children back to their family. Okay,
to their tribe.
So needless to say, I'm going to try to get a hold of that information for that lawyer or someone that deals with him to get hopefully in touch with him.
But hey, Balance, I've got a list of videos that I want to show you, and I want to see your reaction to them. So I will host a panel sometime later on today, so I can see what your reaction is to some of these videos, and you'll understand a little bit more about where I come from, where FTP is coming from, where Tammy Linlin's coming from. There's a list of videos out here that you can see where they show up with blank warrants, or they'll show up with with just blank acts that is ready to be filled out.
Yep.
Well, I've watched most of your stuff, DSS, because after I watched the Steve Wilkos when we first started doing StreamYards, I kind of just kept watching everything that you're posting and things. I know where you're coming from, but I'd still sit down with a panel with you because it's an interesting story, and I wouldn't mind talking to you about it, digging your brain a little bit.
Okay, and like I said, I don't want to try to argue anything. I just want to try to show you some of the stuff that I've seen. I've been in DSS's wheelhouse in their grip the last 10 years of my life, man. That's why I'm so opinionated about them, because I've seen it done. I've been in foster care. I've been abused while in foster care. So that's why my fight is so personal to me.
And I can tell you now, the only reason I did not go.
And I respect that, by the way. Just to let that out there, I respect that, and I've taken that into consideration when I deal with you, DSS. I'm trying to get in your mind into where you're coming from. I've been there, and people can vouch for that in the background.
He has been very taken advantage of, victimized, and I care about it as a person and a human being. And
anybody that is a person and a human being should care about this.
You should care about
exactly
this, regardless of his name or what. I mean, he went from what was your last name? Fuck DSS. What was your last name?
My last name was my real name, Hunter Callahan.
Okay, so it was Hunter Callahan, but every time I seen him, that wouldn't register to me. And I think he was either creating, well, I think he was just creating another name, and he says, well, what should I call myself? Well, whatever your cause is, that's what you should choose. That way you stick out to me and everybody else, is my thoughts. Because the cause can, you have to further it, you have to talk about it, and you have to get it off your chest.
Oh, well, that's a good point if you're in the activism community, for sure. That way people can identify you right away.
Hey, DSS, is she Native American as well? You said you're Native American, but is she Native American as well?
Yes, we both have Native American blood.
Okay,
it's just tracking it all down.
Give them my information because you got their contact.
I already did.
Okay, good. Because I'm going to show you 3 forms that you can fill out, and they'll have to take those kids to Indian reservation and out of federal government's hands.
But they have to tie you to a particular tribe, we the people.
They do. They do. You're right, Abe.
Well, I've got my card. I've got a card myself. I'm like I said, I'm Native American as well. But I mean, I had
Muskogee Creek, so you know. I'm Red Stick Muskogee Creek.
Well, that's cool, Tammy Linlin. But that's interesting that you say that. It's going to be difficult for DSS because he was raised by the state type of thing. But the thing of it will those genealogically blood tests do you any good or?
Ancestry.com is supposedly they can track you back to the prehistoric ages, but I can't afford that. It's like $200.
Well, is it permissible in court? Is my point.
You don't even have to have that. You go to a tribal deal, and they have the federal government has no jurisdiction. If y'all's both Native American, federal government has no jurisdiction. They lose jurisdiction. It has to go to a tribunal, on an Indian reservation.
I've tried to go that route. I've got the paperwork right here that shows that say that my children have no Native American blood in them and they don't qualify for the Native American Protection Act.
Let me also add something to that. Yes, that is true, unless the Native American Tribunal says otherwise. And they would have to accept your child first and foremost. They may or may not, being that you have not grown up in
so with that
community.
That DNA tracking from the website, he could take that to a tribunal and have them endorse that message and advocate for him.
Yes,
trust me, Indian reservations accept all their people back into the fold.
I did have some difficulty. I had some difficulty.
You need to be involved in Native American communities before you start talking. I hate to tell you, I lived it, I shit it, I eat it for 32 years. I was in the Native American community.
Well, if you are Native American, you're kind of already in it by birth anyway. You know how it is a little bit. But yeah, this is a special circumstance, DSS. So it's $200, is it?
I'll take the rights passage. It's like $200 for Ancestry.com. Yeah.
And what is that going to guarantee you? What do you think will be the outcome of that, to the best of your understanding? Because you would have unidentified information with your case, would you not?
I would have access to track my bloodline down to which exact tribe that I belong part of.
If you want the most detailed information on Native Americans, go through the Mormons. The Mormons have the most detailed information there is on tracking down where your Native American blood is. And they still aren't completely accurate because a lot of Native Americans said they were other tribes because certain tribes weren't treated near as badly as like theirs. Let's take the Red Stick Muskogee, for instance. The Red Stick Muskogee warred against Andrew Jackson. When they got put on their trails of tears, they went and said they were Cherokee.
Indian reserves.
So they weren't getting bad blankets and bad food. Okay. So because they were killing them with smallpox blankets and bad food, okay, on their trails of tears. So they said, okay, we realize this is happening. If we have to do this and go where we're going, guess what? We're gonna say we're Cherokee. So because the Cherokee were treated like kings and queens because they helped the United States government a lot.
Hold on one second, Tammy Lynn. My two beagles, I posted what they want him to do in the comment section, and he's done majority of everything that they want him to do.
My problem is that they added, after 9 months of the case being open, they added 6 more months of classes. That's why I'm still in the process of doing what they want, because they waited 9 months to tell me about these 6 months worth of classes.
Right. That's a bunch of bullshit right there.
Keep doing it, keep going, and I hope you get your kids back.
Oh, if I don't get my kids back, I'm gonna die, because I'm not gonna stop fighting. I'll take this fight to my grave.
Good.
And that's why we're all here.
That's what needs to happen.
What's
He's
right.
done started the classes though.
And we see them on camera every day, and we get to talk to them, and we get to hang out with them, and we get to see who you are as a human being. Being on the Steve Wilkos show for 15 minutes doesn't say who you are.
No.
And him judging and all the people who watch at 2 o'clock sit on their couch surfers.
No, but that was a big step for DSS. Like I've watched it a few times, and every time I think about it a little differently. That's such a good thing for you to do, is be on that show, DSS, for your cause.
Well, you know, that show, I was on that show before they removed my kids.
Well, what they did that I also liked, it brought national recognition, and we need more national.
It gave
recognition.
clarity. It gave DSS some credit, showing that he's an upstanding.
Well, it's about exposure in this circumstance too. So I really hope that things turn out well with that situation last night. I'm really worried.
Me too.
Now it really bugged me about. I'm worried about if it's the state versus them.
It is the state versus them. In the CPS civil cases, it's normally the state versus them. In our situation with the Wilkos show, it was actually a civil case between her and her ex that they turned CPS into a weapon. They weaponized CPS.
Who is they? Who's they?
Her ex, the one that was on the show.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
So
CPS was siding with your ex. Yeah.
Because of bullshit lies that he was telling.
Well, CPS has to take a stance, and they have to stick by their stance usually, and that comes into, when you get into court with them, the judge in a lot of these cases just gets so upset with CPS because they're so disorganized. They end up costing you a lot more time in court than needs to be. I've been through custody battles and things like that. Not saying that I know anything more, because every situation is a little bit different, right?
And I'll tell you now. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm going to say something. Hey, Balance. Okay. CPS believed my ex. They said that he said I was institutionalized in either Marie Ellen or a Mary Ellen Institute, and that I was diagnosed schizophrenic and bipolar. Now, if you look up to see if you can find a Marie Ellen or a Mary Ellen Institute, there is not one listed anywhere in the United States. But CPS said they had done their investigation. Now, if they would have investigated into the case like they said, then they would have realized that this institute does not exist. I called my state CPS worker for the state capitol. I called the CPS worker in my county, the CPS worker in his county, because he also said that my children were on drugs. And I requested that a drug test be done on my children. Do you know they still refuse to do drug tests on my children, but they're trying to say that we allowed our children to have drugs?
Well, so their way of presenting it, I know how that looks, because I've had all kinds of bullshit claims put out on me. Yeah. So they'll take all that shit that somebody said about you, put it on a piece of paper and a page, read it down for the judge, and then determine out of that whether it's a lie or fact. They'll base their investigation off that, and they leave it up to you to disprove it. Like the hair samples, for instance. Like, how are you supposed to afford, say, a $300-400 hair test to prove your innocence in court. Now the onus is on you. That's sometimes how it works, and that's how the world can seem against you. Like, what are you supposed to do in that circumstance? You're innocent.
Well, see, they have us doing drug.
You're cut out there, DSS.
They're required to pay for those testing.
Anyway, she froze.
She is
frozen.
She froze.
But you know that everybody knows that feeling when you first, if you've been in that situation, you read all those accusations and you're like, that's not true. That's not fucking true. That's a blatant lie. You're like, what in the fuck is this? Man, I used to get so outraged when I went through that process, and at the end of it, in hindsight, it was just, they have to write that down because it's a part of the information collection process to get a better understanding as why we're here. Everybody can pretty easily determine whether something's bullshit or has some sound meat behind it or substance.
Usually they can.
Yeah, but it's infuriating to hear all those accusations. And you know what? You're in every right to. The first thing that you generally want to do is go maybe on social media or call your friend and say, "I can't believe they said that. Fuck, this is such a lie," and things like that. But fuck DSS. I sympathize with you there. I understand what you're
A balance. El Jefe wants to know which Steve Wilkos show he was on. So
thanks for taking my call, Steve.
Yeah. If you search, thanks for taking my call, Steve, in YouTube search and Steve Wilkos, that's actually the headline. It's about a 9-minute clip and it really changed my eyes, or not changed my opinion, but opened my eyes to his particular situation. And I just kind of put myself in, man, what a spot to be in. Like, could you imagine ever being on that stage for that? Like, I immediately felt
I know is the bio dad lied his ass off and he failed his lie detector test, and that's all it wrote for me.
Well, I had to understand that it was his ex that
lied.
Yeah, and coached the children. That was kind of what I understood. And man, I couldn't imagine. Fuck DSS is predisposed, or he's already wound up. You can imagine what this does over time, this sort of pressure.
It's
understandable.
I'm surprised fuck DSS hasn't gone to him and just beat the holy shit out of him yet.
I tell you how.
He's grinning and like, oh man, that's exactly what I've been thinking about doing, but I can't.
We the people, I agree with you on that. He is a stronger man than me. I could give you.
I'd have done whooped his ass 7 ways a Sunday and back again.
Oh well,
don't think people. The problem is, if I do that, it gives them more credibility to make me out.
It gives them more ammunition. You're right. You're right. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You being a grown, responsible man. That's the bottom line.
But I can't help what other people do or say to him because of what he done on that show that day. I mean, if somebody else wants to, do me a solid favor, I'll return the favor some other way. But I can't ask anybody to do anything for me.
You can't.
Right now, Mr. Rass or Rass, there ain't much you can do at this point.
No, because they'll shoot you and they'll shoot through your kids if you won't give them your kids. They'll shoot through your kids to shoot you.
Well,
yeah.
Did you see even when during the video he's like, "Oh, is the dog upstairs?" Because he knew that dog's anywhere around. They're just gonna pull out the gun and shoot the fucking thing, man.
Yeah. What about the cop that killed the dog? That the bullet ricocheted off the pavement behind the dog after it went through the dog and killed the person.
Yeah.
Or the one that was about a year and a half ago where they broke into a house
and shot the girl in her bed while she was asleep.
No. This is another one. They broke into a house. They had the wrong house, shot the dog, and a piece of the bullet ricocheted off the floor and hit the girl in the face and scarred her for life. Yeah.
How about the cops jumping a fence going into somebody's yard, and the dog, all it was doing is barking, saying, "Who are you?" And then they shot the dog, and the guy was standing on his porch. He turned around. He's like, "What the hell? You just shot my dog. Get the fuck off my property." And they wouldn't do it. Then they tackle him and arrest him because he's telling them, "You shot my dog. What the fuck are you doing on my property?" And arrested him because he's telling them, "Why'd you shoot my dog?" Makes no absolute logic fucking sense.
Yep.
These cops, these DFS workers, these government officials are out of fucking control. We need to take back our fucking country.
That I agree with.
Try these motherfuckers for treason because the Constitution is very, very clear and adamant about treason.
Well, I also that was something I also called into I called up as a question to that cop last night when I interviewed her on the phone, and all she would say is talk to the internal affairs. I asked her, I said, what happened to your oath where you swore to uphold the law and you also took an oath to the Constitution to defend it against foreign and domestic enemies? I said, so you just lied when you took that oath because you're not arresting cops who falsely broke and entered into a house. So you're not upholding the law. And then I also said you didn't uphold your oath to the Constitution for the fact they became, by doing what they did, they became enemies of the Constitution. That made them domestic enemies. And all she could say was, "Well, talk to the internal affairs. Talk to the internal affairs." That's all she would say.
talking to you is what I just said.
That's what I did say. I did say. I said, "Why aren't you answering a simple question?" I asked her a simple yes or no question. She wouldn't answer it. Just talk to the internal affairs. I said, "Why can't you even answer a simple yes or no question?" I did. I did. I went off. I was nice to her. I was nice to her. I even came up to the point. I said, at the very end of the call, before the end of it, I said, she kept saying she was the lieutenant. And I kept asking for the lieutenant. She said, I am the lieutenant. I said, you just lied about your oath and about your oath. How can I believe you're the lieutenant? If you're going to lie about something as big as your oath, how can I believe you're the lieutenant? Yeah, I mean, that's how far I went with that cop. I was
got it.
Pissed.
I think we need.
No, Hefe, I'm answering his questions because he's not reading chat.
Because she's a government official, therefore I pay her goddamn salary, so therefore I'm her goddamn boss, El Jeffy. She's a public servant.
I'm not a public servant.
Not you. She asked why should she answer my question? I gave him my answer.
Okay.
I gave him my answer. That's why. She's a goddamn public servant that I pay her freaking wages.
The problem is
my tax dollars.
The impassable thing is because they don't listen to anything we say. Everything is not proof, not admissible. I had one guy who actually looked at one clip that I had and said, okay, I believe you. I don't understand why it takes a camera for you to believe what I'm saying. I don't get it. And you won't go put a camera on your own chest to prove what the story is and how it actually went down. You lie about being assaulted when nobody
burnt around
you. As an officer, you're supposed to be better than that. Lying.
I didn't ask about the case, El Jeffy. I asked about the officer's actions. Two different things. Two different things, El Jeffy. I asked her about her officer's actions.
Oh, it's a cop cam.
Not her case.
Yeah, it never leaves my mind, guys. In this hat is a flower that my son gave me 2 months after he went into foster care. And if y'all want to look and see real quick, everywhere I go, they're constantly on my mind. I'm never going to give up this fight. I keep constant reminders around me around the clock of what I'm doing and why I'm fighting for him. And that's why I haven't done something stupid like go back to my younger days and go and whoop his ass.
Yeah, I'm just answering, but I'm not trying to be a prick or anything. I'm just answering your question back. If I sound loud, right now my ears are clogged up. I can't hardly hear myself talk. So if I'm talking loud, I apologize to any of y'all.
You're good, brother.
You are good, man. It's not like you're sitting there cussing us all out, calling us pricks and dicks and chicks and things. I mean, you're just being...
The only ones I cussed out are the cops. I promise you right now.
Well, that's where I'm at with it. I thought we was all united in this, but You know, every now and then I get a surprise, and we get a
moving furniture. Jesus
special
Christmas.
guest. I mean, I'm not trying to sit there and go onto anybody else's channel and necessarily
You called me out, FTP, so I came up here.
right. What did I say to you?
I actually don't remember now. They were just reminding me in the background on Discord. It's okay now. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You caught me up for my nap. I was trying to have a nap because I was up late last night, and I heard you going on about this. And because now that I explained why it's so touchy of a subject to me, that's what I reacted to. And it wasn't anything you said, but I deserved your tongue lashing after I think I gave a couple snide remarks and comments. So it's all fine. But I mean,
LJP,
we are all united, Tammy Linlin, and the fact that we do not want this family broken up. And
no, I don't want any family
family
broken up. I don't want any family broken up that don't need to be broken up. And I'm afraid because there is precedence where one man has gone after the cops down in Florida for taking children out of his freaking house. And they forcefully took them, and he went after them, shot them, and killed them.
So what we're all describing here is an actual legitimate cause to advocate for and watch over. What you guys
I'm looking out for the best of both sides on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the guy also, after he shot and killed them cops, sat in his truck, threw the gun outside the window, and the cops opened up on the truck with 300 rounds of freaking ammunition and killed the guy. So I'm advocating for both sides safety here, okay? Because there's already precedents that this has happened. It's scary shit, okay? And it may start happening more if this stuff don't stop.
And I don't think people understand. I do wish people would understand that.
You give a government official an inch and he'll take 10 miles.
When we troll other people and make it a constant issue every day, that just takes me away from what I like to do, what I enjoy and love to do, or what is my passion.
Right.
So I just, I don't want to sit there and keep having your name in my mouth when you got your own channel to run and you are looking for content just the same as I'm looking for.
Maybe I should clarify a bit of a misconception that you may have. When you say troll, like you guys, maybe now that I have you here, I don't troll you guys in the background. That's everybody else using my name sometimes. I do not sit in here and troll you. My channel is focused. Our focus is on the more, like you just described, the more extreme cases, the extremist values that people develop over time. If you guys are on my show or a clip of your show, it's because you've either mentioned me, the issue is involving me, or it's my communication. So it's my interactions that's documented.
All right,
because it's
I'm going to start talking about you.
It doesn't mean that I'm
talking about you in my live stream, Jay Balance.
Well, yeah, I'm here to talk.
It's hard not to, because I honestly, I feel like.
Well, there's many layers of what it can be in perceptions to many people on YouTube. Does law enforcement like it? Yes, because the people that I'm focused on are in their jails right now, and they probably look up their history and what got them there. I mean, they talk about that, so it has value to different people.
That's what I'm saying, A Balance.
But that's not the only people, and that's not the only reason that it's there. Okay.
Yeah, but.
It's not there to troll you. I do not troll you guys. I don't troll you. I can't troll you because I bring it out.
Give you credit, A Balance.
Talk about it. Do you understand? I'm sitting here on your channel right now. I'm not trying to talk over you, but let me finish, please. The fact of the matter is that that's not an actual troll. Trolls have malicious content and try to disrupt and fuck you up. Anytime that I come into your chats, I always have a point. Sometimes I'm a bit more malevolent, but I'm not malicious at all. There's a reason, because people would hold me in check for that. I'm trying to aggregate actual content in the same breath, but I'm not using you as my content. There's, like it or not, in these streaming yards, there's a lot of misconceptions, and there's value, there's educational value, and the in the situations that we create between us all here, and we're trying to learn from that. So the best way to learn from that is reviewing what we kind of did and what happened. That way we are all on the same page, and we can all start with a new kind of understanding as to what we're talking about. And I demonstrate that because it's like a format, like a news magazine type of thing. So when you tune in, you're entertained as a viewer. I'm not trying to. Sometimes, of course, I make mistakes all the time, but I try to fix them as I go.
I just wonder if there's something that people aren't understanding about fuck the police. I mean, right there, it's like straight to the point. What you see is what you get.
It's a catchphrase. And people react to the actual words themselves. I at this point in my I can take it. I don't react to your name, fuck the police, or put any assumptions on you based on that name. I don't.
It triggers a lot of people. It triggers a lot of cops.
That's the point to these names. Like we the people would trigger me to think of the U.S. Constitution, thinking that here we the people is fighting, and that's her basis. You can. It's supposed to raise the question. It's a good entry point, a talking point.
Well, I did fight. I did take an oath to this country. I did swear an oath to this country when I was in the battlefields.
Yeah.
In war. I served this country for a little over 18 years, and I walked away as a full bird colonel, retired, disabled, paralyzed, waist down.
I watch you all the
Thank
time.
you for your service, by the way, we the people.
So when people sit there and say they don't respect the Constitution, or they put a blue line in my flag, I take great fucking offense to it.
I like the term that the U.S. Constitution, mind you, I'm a Canadian though, but I like the term that it's a living, breathing entity, and it's always scrutiny, and I respect it, and I'm fascinated with it.
The CFR, Federal Constitution, rules of the flag laws states that it is a living, breathing thing, and it must be treated with respect.
Yep. And by the way, A-Balance, I'm going to go out of my way just to talk about you on my stream, so you do a damn video of me.
Speaking of videos, A-Balance done, I heard the A-Balance picked up the video that Mommy of Many did a while back about that Santa asking if kids was at home, what do they look like and stuff. Is that true, or is that just a rumor that I heard?
No, that's actually probably the last video that I included you, and I have to refresh, but there's probably, I'd have my interactions in there with chat, and I'd be involved in that panel from the live stream end. But that app that I was watching you guys when that all went down. That's a whole nother conversation, of course, but
I just wanted to clarify, because you don't always do things in a negative light. Someone came to me and said, A-Balance did a video about you, and it was really good. He was behind you on this, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Oh, well,
I've seen A-Balance do that, and I will give A-Balance that. I've seen
for stuff like that, it was just a matter of identifying what the actual issue is and all that, and it triggers off. He's like, I know a dude that could tell me that right away because they're working on scripts and things like that. So that's what I did essentially, and kind of made a little bit out of it. And that's just like everybody should do shit like that, right?
But I do give you that. I do give you that A-Balance. I have seen you do call out people in a good light, just as much, maybe not quite as much as you do sometimes with the bad light, but you do it up. You do.
Well, there's a storyline, and unfortunately, I focus on the things that the problem auditors, for instance, the problem auditors and cop watchers in the community is my focus. Now, everybody's a little bit.
Question: Have you ever focused on the bad cops?
Well, I guess yes, but not on my show necessarily. I see them all the time. I don't know, like the format. That's why I do a show. I would do another show about something else or include it, but this show is what it is. Fuck the police. That doesn't necessarily mean that I ignore or I'm totally on side with the police, because I obviously am not. I'm not signing,
Mr. Harass, you got to remember that is his opinion. I'm just Mr. Harass said problem auditors. I'm just letting him know and understand that is.
Well, let me clarify what I mean by problem auditors, Tammy Linlin. Maybe it's a little easier. So when I say problem auditors, it's not just a problem to me. There's something they've done to cross the line or do something illegal basically what Problem Auditors is on my channel are people who defraud their viewers on YouTube with PayPal money, the shenanigans that you don't see behind the scenes, and I tie it all into the story. So when I present my story, there's no doubt in the viewer's mind that this person here has done something illegal and needs to be put in check. Or else I just couldn't do it. I just don't go up there throwing shit at people and there being lies. That, like, it just, the world doesn't work like that.
What is
Although it'd be nice.
and
Rick
what
Rude
would it
does that,
matter? What would it matter if someone did do something illegal? Is it your job to police the community?
Well, that's a valid question from the person that it's happening to, of course. I'm not policing the community. I'm just channeling the information all in one spot for people to watch it like the news. I'm not going after these people.
Well,
Yeah,
Mr. Harasser, I'm gonna sort of say a little defense on it. The people that claim to be auditors, even though they are what you call a frauditor, okay, what people call a frauditor. Okay, his saying was, so if they are frauds, then they aren't auditors, right? It's what you're saying is people that claim to be auditors that are actually what a lot of people are now referring to as frauditors, right?
Yeah, yes, that's true, Tammy Linlin. That term has kind of been coined, not by me, of course, but I think that was actually used by Josh Abrams back in the day, and it kind of stuck. Yeah, so people who are here to collect money, it's not the AdSense revenue, because that's legitimate money. That if you make the standard on YouTube, that's open game. Now the money is trying to ask their viewers for money, and there's different ways of defrauding the viewer, and that's a real problem, and that does need to be policed, because it comes down to the fact, if you're in a position to be able to influence that change, why wouldn't you save somebody from being defrauded in money? And that's essentially the moral standard there. Now, it doesn't, maybe in your perception, you maybe think I'm going after them, and I don't come out and just say I don't do that, because essentially when you're in showbiz, I guess you kind of want people to talk you up. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's still going to bring you clicks and views. People, you have to trust
no matter how it goes.
Get it when they're watching your content as to why you're doing it, or evoke the question.
What's your keeper? I always talk with the shirt off, and I've been doing that since the day I started my first stream. I believe I had my shirt off.
I only wear shirts when it's cold, or I'm going somewhere where it's no shoes, no shirt, no service. But I've got to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right,
later.
Just let you know that, Keeper, I've had my shirt off since probably my first video I ever did on YouTube. To see me with the shirt on, you know it's really cold outside.
You should get the shot of that native woman on your blanket in the background in your shot all the time. Like
actually, I don't believe that's a native woman. I believe that looks more. It looks more like a fairy. If you look, she's sort of got wings.
Oh, like a Celtic goddess, maybe.
Yeah. See, right here, she's got wings right here.
Who knew they could make a blanket so beautiful? Like that girl is honey.
I know, it's a beautiful picture. I agree. Beautiful. It's really cool picture. I agree.
What's your top view? Your top video. How many views does it have?
I don't know. Probably.
It's not about fraudulently asking for money. It's the fact that they're fraudulently claiming that they're going to use the money for this or that. That's when it becomes fraudulent.
Well, asking for money isn't fraud. Yes, you're right. It's the process. So there's many different.
It's them collecting the money on a pretense that they say, "Hey, I'm going to use the money for this," and then they turn around and not use it for that. They use it for their own personal gain. That's the issue. Now, see, I am requesting donations to help my service dog because my service dog needs surgery or it's going to kill him. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's being fraudulent.
No,
that's me being truthful and honest because I'm on a fixed and limited income.
Where it comes down to is that there's a certain set of morals and ethics that go along with fundraising that should never be breached, or else people will not continue to donate.
Exactly, and it makes it harder for the real people like myself to try to collect money for legitimate reasons. And I told people on my own forum, look, you may not want to believe this, but I'll show exactly where the money goes. I'll show after the surgery is done, show you how much money was spent. If there's any money left over, it's going to stay in my nonprofit business to help me train other disability service dogs. Because guess what? I do and own and operate a business, and there is this year's business license.
See how easy that is? That's evidence that YouTube loves right there, we the people. That is a legitimate situation.
I am a legitimate person. I show everything, back it up, black and white.
Honestly, I don't think anybody has to prove shit. My deal is,
but I'm saying
you prove that I'm lying. You prove that I'm lying, and then you got a legitimate case to come nail me with. I don't have to prove shit to anybody.
No, and I don't have to prove it myself, but
it makes things easier for when
to
you're
be up front. To be up front, I hold myself to a very high standards because I may be retired, but I'm always going to be a fucking Marine. And honor is the number one core beliefs that Marine has built within them. I'm just that way.
Well, at least that's the way my nephew is right now that I've ever seen. And my nephew is a Marine over in South Korea right now.
Semper Fi to my brother from another mother.
Fuck the police. About 4,500.
You can take that to the post office.
Oh, he's frozen.
Get that out.
But then again, my nephew was an honorable person way before he became a Marine. He was taught honor in the Native American community. He knew what
I was raised on a farm, and you didn't sass your parents, or you got your ass whooped.
Yeah, well, believe me, I watched my nephew one time when he was 16 years old. He thought he was going to bow up to his dad. His dad popped him once in the mouth, and that's all it took.
Well, we learn differently, don't we?
He learned quick.
Those old hickory switches and willow switches. I grew up and got my ass whooped. I mean, I got a severe whooping when I icy hot my brother's underwear. And I had quite yes, I did. Hey, but the story behind that is they took me out. We had 450 acres. They took me to the backside of that property, stripped me, tied me up in the middle of freaking winter. Now, I got back to the house before they did. I icy hot every single pair of underwear, dried them motherfuckers in the dryer, folded them up and put them away. Big giant tub of icy hot. Now, when school started back up, first 3 months or first 2 weeks, they all came home with burning balls. I only got busted because my grandfather needed the tub of icy hot, and when my mom seen that it was an empty tub, white clean, she knew right then and there why they were coming home with burning balls. So I got my ass whooped. But it was well worth it.
I don't care. That's funny shit right there.
What is it you're showing, DSS?
I'm showing the paperwork where it was all filed with no signatures on it. I'm trying to block out my children's names, though.
I understand. Yep. No signatures.
Oh, none of them.
They call that redacted.
What would do you a good thing is actually make copies of that and then black that information out and then use the black redacted.
Oh my God, QT.
Anything.
I'm working on it. I've got 4 copies right now. I've got 4 copies. I'm working on getting 2 of the unredacted copies to people that I trust. So if things happen, that way I've got somebody that's got it. But at the same token, this is the one that I've had since October.
Right.
I just got another set of files the other day. I've actually got.
By the time you get done with, you're gonna have a couple big giant boxes full of fucking papers.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I can't get the discount while I turn the computer on, but I've actually got the CDs from the courtroom where the recorded minutes was said. I've got my entire case dead to rights, and I'm meeting with my local law enforcement officers, and they said that if I can prove half the stuff that I'm saying, he's going to take actions. But if he don't, I will go higher than him. I will go to the state, and if the state don't do nothing, I will go to the federal government. Somebody's going to do something somewhere along the way.
Now, you sit there, you look, get this, picture this in your head. You're sitting there, you're looking at the panel. You happen to look over. QT comes in and says, I talk back because I got a spanking fetish. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, QT's pretty cool.
QT is the true definition of a troll because he can troll himself with the best of the trolls and troll you two with the best of the trolls and make you like him trolling you.
Who's your favorite troll that you would call a troll? Who's your favorite?
QT.
Who's your QT? Didn't he go by the goat boy or whatever?
I call him the goat fucker because he came on one of the channels one time claiming he fucked up. So he's been the goat fucker ever since. and it's been an ongoing, long-running joke. Even Roadhog says if QT has to pay him child support every month because he has QT's children running around.
Just
all
remember,
over
trolls, if you troll me, I'll icy hot your fucking underwear straight the fuck up because I know how to do it. I've done it before.
QT might like that. If I know QT, he might like that. He's into weird stuff like that.
Any one of my brothers. Any one of my brothers, if I mention icy hot to any one of my brothers, they shut the fuck up and give me what I want when I want it.
See, QT, goat, love.
Yeah, I'd have to say QT too.
Start a new name.
QT is my favorite troll out there. I'll tell you that now.
National Troll Cop Day.
He trolls himself too. It's funny as hell. And when he does troll you, a lot of times he makes you laugh at what he's trolling you with, and then you go, "And motherfucker." Later on, you know, when you realize it.
And by the way, everybody, happy fuck the cops day.
Yes, happy
fuck
the cops day.
I'm getting sick again, guys. I feel an audit coming on, and I just don't know where it's going to happen at.
You know what, man?
That's why you looking around like, where they at? Where they at?
No, dead ass. Every time I get to feeling like this, if I find some way or it'll be an hour or two from now, I'll find some cop doing something. I'll go audit him, and I'll feel instantly better.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
That's when you
feel
know
it coming. I just don't know where they're at.
I don't
get you a P scanner.
If I can get in my car and drive without seeing them, I'm happy.
QT will tell you he's a troll also, Trump said. He didn't get doxxed. He'll tell you himself he's a troll.
Hey, guys, don't tell Mommy and Minnie this, but look at this shit. You see this truck? Look at them big-ass tires, and she done backed up on the curb. Now, that's a chick. I haven't seen her face yet, but anytime a chick pulls up in a truck like that, she's immediately sexy as fuck.
Gotta be.
Oh, damn. She coming over. He looking away.
He trying not to act like he
got the camera on.
No, he got the camera forward, but I guarantee you, his neck's bent looking.
Yeah.
And GT did bring up a thing about QT. GT did bring up a thing about QT. He holds the most. He holds the record for the most minutes timed out. By the way.
I think I've only been banned from one room. And I think it's because everybody loves me. Except for 8 hours. Oh, maybe I can think of one other person that doesn't like me.
I think I've been banned from 2 rooms ever.
One or two. I don't know. I think only one.
I don't know if I've been banned, but I do know that 1 or 2 people has me blocked because I can't see their comments, but I'll see like the comment count.
Yeah, that's what I have 2 people that have totally blocked me as my name because I can't see their. People are telling me what they're saying, Okay, or typing out what they're saying in chat, whatever. Okay, and I'm like, I don't see that. So they got my name blocked. I got like 2 people doing that now to me. And then I also I am out of 2 rooms. So big whoop. See the tear? You see a tear?
Filling out some form.
To thyself be true.
Yes, 300 seconds does add up, QT. And you've had a lot of 300 seconds. All right. I'm sorry I pulled us off the subject there for a little bit. I apologize, guys. Just trying to bring a little humor to a very deep subject that we got going.
I can just get rid of the comments. Take away the whole comment section. I don't even need it.
But then how are we going to communicate with you? Because when you're on live and you don't have us on panel, we can't communicate with you if we're not on live.
I know, but
that's why you need to go.
It wrecks
that's why everybody needs to go to Pal Talk. I have a chat room. It's called We the People on Pal Talk. Everybody can put their camera up and everybody can talk on a mic.
Hey, Chris Powers, what's up, man? Long time no talk.
Hey,
man.
Chris Powers, what's up, brother?
Hey, Chris.
Hi, NorCal. Hi, I could be. Hi, DDT. Hi, Trump.
I could be. Are you at work? Because that might be where I'm feeling this from.
Hey, Pug.
Hey, Pug Face. I'm just cracking with you. I could be, because I'm going to be going back through your territory here in a few minutes. So I'm going to make sure to stop and mark my territory somewhere, man.
Hey, Doc, fuck your ass.
Stick with your homie.
DSS, just put it in a bottle and then hold it upside down as you're driving down the road.
Yep. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Not more viewers.
I'm just messing with you. I could be. I mean, I'm still waiting on that beer or coffee. And like I said, I'm buying. You just tell me the time and the place and we'll pop up. I'll do you one better. I'll even leave my body cam in the car.
You know what I think I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start auditing, acting like my camera's on, not auditing. I'm going to start cop watching, acting like my camera's on when it's not even on, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your ass locked
I wouldn't
up.
suggest that, FTP. They're going to kill you and erase the witness, and then there won't be no evidence.
Fuck, it don't matter. It's just fun. It's fun fucking with them. See, that's the definition of trolling. Just to make someone believe something. No, that's just mind games. Actually, that's just really messing with them on a whole new level.
That's called a mind fuck.
That's a mind fuck right there.
I'll
Like,
be right back.
Remember
Let me get some more coffee.
That's what's his name did down in Arizona. I think it was Arizona. Oh, I forgot his name. Big dude, tall dude. He was down in Texas with Otto the Watchdog.
Otto?
Not Otto. He's really tall. Tuck police suck. That was good shit. Because I think when he got taken down, he had a phone that looked like a phone, but it wasn't even a phone. That's
they got it out. Fake phone.
I think they always think they're gonna get your phone, and ain't it? You got to give them like fake phones from now on. Shit that ain't filled with nuts. Sometimes you be live streaming, and then other times you switch it up for like 2-3 months. Today I almost had one for you guys, and then next thing you know, tow truck pulled off, cop pulled off, no excitement.
Well, when they see the cameras coming, they get a little iffy about it because, like, if I'm not 100% by the book, this is the end of me right here.
Tuck police up.
Yeah.
I wish I had the money to get some pin cameras all over my damn chair and then hook it up to the power on my chair and then let it run off the batteries of my chair because this chair can get some
We the
mileage.
people, I can help you. I can help you with that because all you really need is a step down from your power supply. You can get a circuit board and wire it into your battery supply, splice it into your wires, and it'll provide 5-volt power for all the USB devices you need.
This chair was designed to hold. See, on the bottom of my armrest, they have clips under here to run wires and other devices for my chair. That's already built into the chair.
But my suggestion would be to get a 360 cam.
I just couldn't afford the chair that I wanted. I mean, this power wheelchair is $158,000.
Wow.
And I had to pay $20,000 out of pocket for it.
God dang. That's
more money than I'm making a year.
That is freaking insane.
Yeah, it broke me when I. That was the original chair. This is an upgraded chair, so I didn't have to pay for it again. I was like 15, 20 years ago.
Damn.
That's when I had money. Now I'm broke as a joke, which ain't no joke.
Yeah. Well, when you're paying that type of expenses, I can see why. I mean, your pension ain't that big. If you're getting a pension,
I don't get a pension until I hit 75.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, I
don't get no military disabilities until I turn 75 because the paperwork I signed when I left. And yes, I do have my DD 214.
You guys put that number down and give me a call.
I won't doubt you one bit, girl. You sound like a Marine. I'm sorry, you sound like a Marine.
Serious. Spell it out on the key. Here, hold on, man. I about need to figure out what the numbers are here. I used to.
Oh, that's easy.
Try medical expenses for being fucking totally disabled and being paralyzed. Okay?
Yeah. That's a good reason. Even in real life.
The surgery that I just got through, which was a laparoscopic surgery down my gullet to my stomach to find out why I was upchucking blood. I have a geosophical tear, which is in the back of my throat because of stomach acid reflux disease.
You write that one down.
And that was $9,000.
I've got to agree with Pug, but I'm gonna word it a little bit differently. Chris Powers, you are a hero in this movement, man. You are a hero. Whether everybody else will see it or not, you're a hero in my eyes, man. And if you want to meet up, I'm coming through your neck of the woods in about 45 minutes.
I don't really fucking care what you believe. Seriously. You have your own beliefs. It's just like an asshole and an opinion. Everybody's got one.
And they generally stink.
Exactly.
Stink. Everybody got
just everybody else's opinion stinks.
Everyone has an asshole and everyone has an opinion, and mine stinks. I don't know about y'all's, but mine does. Ain't no probably about it. It does.
And I know mine stinks because I have a colostomy bag. I know why God put the asshole in the back of us so we didn't have to smell it.
DSS, I got to know, where in the country are you sitting right now where you can go shirtless in your car? It's December 16th, dude.
I'm in the South. I'm in North Carolina. Today is
Let's go golfing.
Today is the first day in about 2 weeks that it's been warm enough for me to go without a shirt. But I'm going through like hot flashes right now, and I'm sweating really. I don't know why. It's not that warm. It's probably like 60 at the best.
Go through the change of life.
Warm enough.
Do you need some hormone pills there?
Yeah. You go through the change of life.
It's freezing cold and snow on the ground here. Shit.
I'm fucking with you, DSS, man.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina, almost at the South Carolina line. But right now I'm about 20 minutes from my Could Be's location. So
then you up close to Jeff auditing.
No, Jeff's about 4 hours away from me.
Well, that's close. You a lot closer than the hell I am.
Yeah, Jeff is here. Bubba, Night Shadow, and a few others are within 4 or 5 hours of me. But like I said, it's 4 or 5 hour drive. So
Port City.
Oh, I miss Florida weather this time of year, Trump. I'm telling you that now. This time of year, I miss it.
Yeah.
But how warm is it there, DSS?
I don't know. It's probably in the 50s or 60s, maybe.
Oh fuck, you're lucky, man.
Yep, you are. Because we got rainy, nasty, freaking cold, 34 degrees right now.
What number is that in chat? Fuck the police.
That's a number for you. Take that down. Call it.
Well, which area code should I use?
1-800. Dial 1-800-382-584-376-5423.
Looks like an international number there.
You've got 3 extra digits or 6 extra digits.
Yeah, just dial it. That's all I can tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
This is that sexy truck I was talking about earlier, guys.
He almost on that curb.
Man, he liked that truck. I think he likes a Dodge.
He liked that blonde woman that came out of that truck. That's what he liked him.
Yeah.
I'm a Chevy man myself, but this is a sexy ass truck just because it's lifted. It's got that clean paint job with that mud on it. That's just how you know it's sexy.
Oh, wow. Louisiana and Mississippi getting hit with tornadoes right now, guys.
Oh, no.
Just like you know. I just got the weather report across my phone for it.
What is Chris Powers doing today? Is he coming on the panel?
I'll hop off if he wants to.
If Chris Powers wants to come on my come on the panel, I'll hop off. I was getting ready to go anyway. I said my piece. I'm just sitting here looking like a bump on the log.
Sorry, Tim.
No, I can't. No, I can have people in the back. I can take myself off though.
No, I'll get off, Chris. But I just want to let you know before I go, Chris. If you want to talk about the video last night, I'm more than willing to come back up on a panel a little later on today. Just let me know in your stream, or let me know.
And OG, I'm just sitting here like a bump on a log right now. So I'm gonna go too. All right. Yeah, it was a great panel, great discussion. I appreciate you for letting me be on here with with this discussion, OG. I enjoyed myself. I appreciate you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you too.
All right. You have a good day.
You too, man.
Everybody have a good day.
I had lots
You
of
too.
And fuck the police. Love to you. You're a good guy.
Just do it.
News now, Tammy. Keep those cameras rolling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck we the people. Good to meet you. Sorry, I got a little mouthy with you earlier, but you know,
no, I don't take offense to it.
When I get heated, I mouth sometimes.
I got a little bit thicker skin than that. It ain't no big thing.
Awesome. I'm glad. I just wanted to bring some reality into that particular subject you were bringing up. Sometimes the reality is, being that I was there and I dealt with it personally, and it.
Right,
As a matter of fact, we had 2 Native children that were brought to our Native American Council, to the
and it's kind of
Council.
It is a little bit different in every state too.
Yeah, we chose not to take on that burden. Okay. Because of the extenuating circumstances that came with that burden. Okay. We believe they were just using, okay, and not accepting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they were denied. Now, for the most part, yes, we did. If the government said, hey, we got children that belong to you, we took them. But there are extenuating circumstances, and the reality is it may not happen.
Yeah, it's a very big possibility, and I'm willing to do anything that I've got to get my children out of this situation.
All I was doing is saying, I want you to do and file these papers that she's talking about. But don't be reliant on it 100%.
Yeah,
Is what I was getting at.
Because that takes time.
Yep, and it does take time, and it depends on the circumstances and things like that, and the willingness too. So, there are extenuating circumstances at times where things don't happen. All right, and so I don't want you to be have your heart set 100% reliant on this. Okay,
No, I'm not.
okay.
That's the thing.
That's the only reason I said what I said. We the people, okay, because sometimes it happens. Just saying, okay. And I apologize for being a dick.
No. Like I said, each state is different, and each tribe is different. I mean, let's break it down. My firstborn child, I had just entered the military and had my child, and then my child was with his daddy, and he basically took my child to the hospital and said, I don't want it, without even letting, and my son went to the foster care system, and because I was Native American and could prove it, I knew for a fact that they didn't have jurisdiction.
Yep. Haters are motivators. That is a very true statement, OG. Or OG, excuse me. Fuck the police. Sorry about that. Got you too. My brain went cross-wired there for a second.
There's too many fucks in the room.
There's what?
There's too many fucks in the room.
Oh, too many.
But there's not enough fucks being given, though.
I don't give a fuck. How many? I can't do it now. I can't think. That's a lot of fucks in one sentence. Who's in charge of these fucking fucks, anyways?
Fuck.
And where the fuck are they at?
Yeah.
Fuckity fuck.
When you need them.
How many fucks does it take to fuck a fuck?
One.
There's you one to think about.
Right. One fuck, if you hit it right.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. Again, OG, I enjoyed the conversation.
All right.
You have a good one, bud.
Ta-ta.
OG, there's a reason I'm on your channel right now.
And thanks, OG, for putting that out. I appreciate that.
That's why I'm on your channel.
You are live. I'm live on your. Oh, I mean, there's a cam back going on. Holy shit!
He just doesn't.
You forced me. You forced me on your channel. I had no choice.
You had to do a cam back just to.
Please don't invite me again. This has not been a fun time.
Okay.
I was the one that drove you here, man. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was your fault, wasn't it? My brother. My own flesh and blood.
Yeah.
What the flip?
Ew!
Oh, well, everybody, I'm going to take
That did not land where it needed to be outside. You just drooled all over yourself there, DSS.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to pack up for today. Hopefully everybody has a great night.
You're supposed to swallow, not spit.
Oh, damn, son.
Well, everybody have a good day, and I'll talk to everyone later. Thanks, FPP. Thanks, We the People. Thanks, DSF.
Videos about me.
Yeah.
I gotta type in FTP and see what pops up.
Yeah. Well, have a great day, guys.
Even though I don't put out content, more people put out content about me. I don't get it. Like, I would not waste my time doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But whatever. They have fun doing what they do.
It is what it is.
It is what it isn't.
Or that too.
I just like to say kick rocks. It's all good. Kick rocks.
Okay. Ciao, everybody. Lots of love. See everybody in the chat. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Betsy, why'd you eat all the damn cookies, man?